morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching in the world. Shaun, driver of the Red Horde. I've got another spectator here with me. And also, in addition to this little guy, and Deandra joining us for this one. We're going to be taking all three of us on different matches. Those scores will be populated below as Brandon's working back at house as we slam this all together in last-minute stuff. We still have another one available to connect if you wish to do so. I've got to bring up the channel and jump over and do a couple things on that end. So just give us a little bit as we clean house on this one. Just finished watching, if you haven't seen this, the Cambridge United versus Mansfield game, which ended 3-2. And Cambridge doing us a favor, I guess, on that one. Mansfield not really that threatening, but still up there, thereabouts, enough that we're happy to have that win for them. The big news, Bolton on a goal by Collins in the 55th minute, taking the lead, and I have it's early in the morning here. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning because that's what we do when you are fans of Wrexham and they're not playing, and you've got to see what else is going on. And so I've got munchkin duties on this one, and I'm going to try to clear everything up and get everything going. So just give me a second, and I'll click here, just Brendan, so that you're aware. Scott's message, and I've got his to pop up somewhere to see if it shows up, and I think that it did. So we should be good to go on that front. This one, I'll be doing the Barnsley Stevenage game. You can see that one down below where my name is there with the scoreboard. The fascinating thing that I'll be mostly watching, I mean, I think in this one it's pretty clear that we want a Stevenage win. But two sort of Wrexham killers. If there's been players that have had a history of playing well against Wrexham, it's Kemp, who's going to be playing for Stevenage, and it's Keller Dunn, who's playing for Barnsley. So see how they end up performing. I've seen both of these clubs, obviously, in the game against Wrexham. I've seen Barnsley, I think, on 2 other occasions. The big, massive back line that they have in Barnsley, always in the equation. And one name that I don't see familiar to me, Nawakali. So we'll see what goes on there. For Deandra, she's drawn the Wycombe Northampton one. That one's clear as days. We're all Northampton fans today, right, Deandra?
Go Northampton.
Yeah.
Do I want to win? Yes. Do I expect them to win? Not really.
Well, to be fair, Wycombe's done a lot of changeover, so you never know what you're going to get because they've had so many players out and so many moving on. So
I'm sure that Mansfield didn't expect to lose today either against Cambridge. So
that's just it. Do you want to go lie down with Mama? No? Okay. And then down below, Brendan on the screen covered Leyton Orient and Reading. That one I think we want as a draw. Take points away from everybody. Ouch. And I guess you're watching.
I'm thinking.
I'm going to deal with this.
I guess, right? I'd have to double check again where everyone is. Leyton Orient at 9. Reading. Where is Reading? Oh, it's 7.
Yeah, it's 7. I think we want to draw and just take points away.
If someone has to win, Leyton Orient. Yeah.
See, I don't know if I feel that way because Reading, you never know what you're going to get. Jekyll and Hyde, I expect them to do the same all the way through. Leyton Orient's been on quite a run. And yes, Charlie Savage, keep an eye on him in that Reading game. Brendan has that task assigned to him. W&G is going to focus on the other 6 games in the league and keep us updated as he always does. Mass appreciation to this continuing wonderful community that we have. Whoa, you're not taking that, Sharpie. No way. I'll give you...
Sorry.
I'll give you this to draw with. No highlighters, no crayons. Sorry. I'll be back.
This is cookie.
You're going to have to carry it. I'm scrambling to set things up for myself.
So, as Shaun mentioned that I am covering the Wycombe game against Northampton. Wycombe is at home. And they are in the number 2 spot. They have our spot, and we want it back. Thank you very much. So I am definitely rooting for Northampton here, as I think are we all. It's going to be definitely against, form, as Northampton are kind of knocking on relegation's door here, as they're being the 20th in the league. Also, I'm going to beg everyone's indulgence, as I've never covered a men's game before, so And historically, I am not good with names, so it's going to be a lot of Northampton versus Wycombe that you're going to hear, as opposed to their names. Northampton's last game was against Lincoln, which they lost. Maybe that'll make him more hungry for a win today, although it'll be a tough ask. They are this will be their 27th game, and they have 26 points, whereas Wycombe, this will also be their 27th game, but they have 54 points. So there's quite a bit of a difference there. Wycombe having 2 losses, 2 wins, and 1 draw in the last 5 games. Their last game, they beat Mansfield, which also thank you very much for that, Wycombe, but we still want you to go down. We've met both of these teams before at home. When that happened, we gave a good old-fashioned butt-kicking 4-1 win against Northampton, and I remember, I think it was the first game of the season, was it not, Brandon, that we beat Wycombe 3-2 at home. So I believe we are meeting Northampton in March. I'm not sure when we're meeting Wycombe. I could be wrong on that, of course. So I'm definitely going to be rooting for Northampton, which is, maybe a fool's errand, but we're going to do our best. We're going to send good vibes over there so that it make a miracle happen. And should the spirit move you, I think Brendan and I will be covering the women's game tomorrow.
We will.
Okay, cool. And should the spirit move you as well, give this stream a like so that the algorithm knows we're here. So we can support Shaun in this endeavor, as he always every week brings us the latest fun things of League One and the Wrexham in particular. I'm still seeing commercials over here, so we're still a ways off, as I think Brandon is doing his producer stuff in the background, and Shaun is handling his parenting duties. My kid is on the sleepover, so I am a free woman as of right now. It's also national holiday here, so stores are closed, so there isn't that much to do in Aruba. So that's why
And we're back. Sorry about that.
So how did it go? Did we take away the Sharpies and the crayons, or?
Always dangerous when you sit there and have the kid reaching for the Sharpies and he's got a paper in his hand. I was like, this is not going to end well. So he's screen time is a wonderful thing as a parent. I'm not supposed to do it, but the kid is getting a heavy dosage of Blippi and Mika this morning. To everybody that's here and joined us in the chat, appreciate you. Thank you for being patient with us as we set everything up for this one, trying to slam this in on sort of last minute notice and put it all together. Special thanks out to our sponsor, Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. They have their first order from a Red Horde member, and so that's awesome. But feel free, if you're looking for pins like this, if you're looking for medals for competitions, those race things, the custom soft enamel, hard enamel, they'll do the artwork, they'll do the shipping for free. Check them out, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. We are 6 minutes already away from kickoff, and I'm looking at the stadium in Barnsley, and it's like a quarter full, which maybe they just make their way out exceptionally late. But the views of the Yorkshire Hills in the background, this one close to where my wife is from. So I'm excited to do this one. And also Stevenage, obviously our next opponent coming on Tuesday. Barnsley trying to stay in the mix and win their way up here. And Welsh Techie, another winning lineup here. All three of us. And if anybody wants to pick up the Stockport Crawley game and has the capacity to pay the money and wants to join in and do that, feel free to do that. And I can send the link and we can try to throw it together. But I think it's probably just going to be the three of us, the Oak Unwell. The reference there to the stadium. Did they rename this one, though? The Oakwell? Did it get one of the corporate stadiums names? I don't think it did. I think it's still the Oakwell.
We are just at Adams Park. No corporate names here.
No corporate names there. And I'm curious to see how Coney does. In that one, we've got the interest of Savage there. I'm watching Kemp and Killer Dunn, as I said. I think we all know what the outcomes are, and I feel like I'm missing something that I normally have to do.
Lineups? But Brendan is busy, so I don't want to bother him.
And I don't even think we're doing the lineups in 5 minutes here. We're just going to probably lead our way through. And I think for the most part, and I know what it was, is I didn't have this one. I want to know what people say their hope is in the Reading Leyton Orient game, because it's pretty clear. In mine, we're cheering for Stevenage. In yours, we're cheering for Northampton. But I guess the question is, and what the poll will be that I will fire up is, what result do you want in the Leyton Orient versus Reading game? Do you want a Leyton Orient win? They are lower in the standings, but they've been on a run. Do you want a draw? Just both teams drop points, or do you want Reading to win? They're higher in the standings, but they're pretty consistent, hot and cold. I don't know if they've got the moxie to win outright, and so and to improve their points per game. But I struggle with a choice there. Barnsley's joining us. We've got the Barnsley Red and White Army, who's normally sometimes likes his banter, but probably a fan of what's going to be going on. I'll be watching that one. And so he's cheering for Barnsley. I will be cheering against you on this one because we'd rather have Barnsley drop points. But happy to have you here. Barnsley been very poor at home. Stevenage, I think it was Scott that said 3 goals they've scored away. So that'll be a crazy one. Dave Foster's here. Jason Smith is here. Mertland is here from, and I always get, I believe it's Iowa. Just want to make sure.
The teams are coming out.
Same here. Everybody's starting to make their way out, and I'm getting a buzz, and I just want to make sure that the other party that was potentially joining and hasn't read. So they said they had a late night and may not make it. So I get it. Things to do while you're waiting for this one to kick off. The like button down below. Let everybody know, let the algorithm know that we're here. Get our message out there. If you're joining us for the first time and you want to join in the chat, you want to follow along, we are Wrexham fans. We are obviously clearly not from the UK. We've got... And Deandra, were you born and raised in Aruba?
I was born in Netherlands, was raised in Aruba.
Okay, so down, what would we call in the Caribbean, from the New World. Let's call it for those in the UK. Like there was nobody here before us. And you, Brendan's in the East Coast of the U.S. and I'm on the West Coast of Kanakistan, here to talk football because we've all got the bug. And for those of you who the 3 p.m. Sorry, go ahead.
No, Darny documentary. That's why we have the bug.
Yeah, got the bug from the documentary, been fans and jumped in, and now we end up learning all about things and covering these watch-alongs. Deandra.
We know when they're over the ball.
Okay, yeah, on both sides we can do that. Deandra has been helping out with the women's matches all season long because I've been trying to spend more time with the family, and I'm massively appreciative of that. Brendan covering things and doing the production stuff and picking that ball up. Yorkshire, White Rose. No, not for it today. I will be, I guess, being that my wife's from Doncaster, I can hate Barnsley for that reason, can't I? Friendly rivalry, even though it's Yorkshire. So still not over the ball. Barnsley in their all red kit. See what Keller Dunn has in his back pocket for this one, as he's clearly the man that stirs the drink for them. Dave Foster, 2 hours. About the same for me, to be fair. I was finally got the links put up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and crawled in.
And I woke up at 4. Shaun, you need help.
Who needs help?
You.
4 in the morning. It's not my fault. It's the freaking club. It's some kind of disease. But we're here for it.
Yep. So, in my end of the woods, it's a balmy 6 degrees Celsius, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. So I am happy. I am not, no offense to anybody who is from there.
See, that's the difference of you being in Aruba with me being in Canada.
Like, oh, that's nice weather. Like,
I'm like, with the sunshine, that's like that's
colder where I am than you
weather.
are, Shaun.
It's colder where you are,
Isn't it? Typically.
Yeah, probably, yeah. And we're underway here.
Here
Sorry,
we're over the ball here also.
got that one started, and I'll give you an update as we are with the time. Is if you were watching this one, Stevenage in their purples going from left to right, all purple kit, black socks. Barnsley going from right to left on my computer screen.
On my Wycombe it's in blue, and Northampton is in a sort of maroon yellow combo, which hurts the eyes a bit. But okay, we are kicking about, and we've already had a foul. So okay, offsides or something. Anyway, foul. McGeehan is very irritated at the referee. It's a long game, sir. Save your fire.
There's the compliment that I was looking for. Welsh Techie throwing out the three of us are top Reds, not flop Reds, and I will definitely take that. And we've got a Dave Foster $4 donations already in for supporting us as we do this sort of thing. And we're going to get a free or a long throw in here from Stevenage into the box, 18-yard area, jumped up, headed away, but it's loose out in front, 18-yard box, and Kaylor Dunn comes in and rescues that. As Stevenage in their purple kit. I never like this. You're Stevenage, you're red and you're maroon and you're gold. Why in the hell are we wearing purple kit?
Free kick Wycombe and cleared, kinda. Still active. Do something. Oh my lord! The goalkeeper jumped from like 2 meters. Is he okay?
I don't know. You tell us.
He is down. I'm not out, but he is. Wow, sir, you are not a gymnast. You're a keeper. This is different sports we're talking about, sir.
This is the stuff I live for. Is Deandre's commentating is so emotional and vivid that I get it. And W&G,
we're sitting upright with that neck still attached, so bonus.
W&G with the remainder of the scores got those ones covered with Rotherham with the 1-0 lead there against the Bodferson-based Burton team. Barnsley till I die. Here for it.
Okay.
Shaun, what do you got for a time?
I'm sitting at 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
Oh,
2 minutes 10 seconds.
I'm at.
And we're gonna get a long throw in here. So just give me a second, Deandra, as we're lined up over top of this with. They're both loving the long throws, and this is good taking it near post. That's actually an impressive throw, headed away by Barnsley. And they're going to potentially come out on a counter attack. As that was the weirdest sort of karate chop take by Phillips, but nothing of it. So throw in here.
Keeper is upright, but still sit. Oh, we're now vertical, and we're having some magic spray going on his back. Which you know what, sir, you need that.
So we're going to do extra time. So you'll have to explain it to me. How did he end up hurting himself? He jumped up and
jumped up like over the player. So he jumped quite high to get the ball over the player because the player's already tall. And then he fell on his back with a smack.
Good stuff. Likes are welcome. Subscriptions are welcome. If you're following on Twitch or Twitter, jump over.
Okay, so we're vertical. And we're going to get a goal kick. Sheesh.
Deandra, what do you got for time?
3 minutes, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds.
Okay, thanks.
7. Got it. Okay. Goal kick. It's okay. Well, Wycombe there kind of trying to do something, but we're faffing about in midfield.
What's going on in the Leighton Orient Reading game, Brendan?
Not much.
It's a quiet day so far.
No, injury. Reading player down. I didn't get to see the collision. I'm furiously paddling underneath the surface of the water, trying to.
Unfortunately for us, the difference between the two games, the two teams, I beg your pardon, Wycombe and Northampton is was quite obvious, as it's just, threatening Wycombe, threatening, and just Northampton trying to not make a goal happen.
That doesn't sound good.
No, I am not, I'm not filled with hope quite yet. People.
Here's an opportunity. A long ball over top. It's Barnsley heading in right-hand side, and this is going to be Waters. Drew it back, and then that was completely given away as Reed comes all the way back and steals it. And no, he's going to give it away. And a weak foul call given. And Stevenage is going to be able to collect it there. Not much in. 5 minutes into this one, and it's
Rotherham up 1-0 over Burton Albion. Not that that's relevant.
The keeper is from New Zealand.
He's the national team goalkeeper, and he's and he's a little bit older, and his stats are abhorrent. He's been average, but he hasn't been having a good season so far this year.
Oh dear. Okay, throw in midfield Wycombe, so we're not getting excited just yet. Northampton coach is not looking happy. Okay. Well,
I wish I had something to report on mine. This is a throw-in fest, as they've all been working it up and down the line on the far side of the pitch. Barnsley has a throw-in here, but it's literally throw the ball in, scrap for control. Nobody gets it, and there's a throw-in that gave it away, and there's a shot. It's up, and just deflected up over top, as that was a real opportunity on a horrible throw-in. Barnsley had the throw-in, threw it right on the feet of Roberts. Roberts walks into the 18-yard box and kicks it. It gets stopped, and then it goes up and over. It was blocked and hit the deck and up and over, and had to get helped over the woodwork. And so we'll get a corner here for Stevenage. Wow. Phillip had to be sharp, and it'll be a left-footed outswinger here in moments.
Yay, Northampton connected 2 passes. 3, 4. Oh. Proud of you guys. Okay, let's do this, people. Oh, yeah.
Crossed over, and it's just cleared, and nothing of that opportunity. We're going to have to do a better job of not talking over each other, and I don't know how to figure that out.
Me either.
It's a lot of hoofball in my game.
I think what we do is it's going to have to be the threatening opportunities, and other than that, we'll just talk nonsense. And when it looks like it's going to be a thing, we'll jump in. But it won't be like the normal giving the play-by-play on all the games, because I think it might be a little bit too much.
Well, at least Northampton reached their attacking side of the field.
Always a good sign is on my end. We're getting a little bit of a push forward here on the left-hand side as a missed tackle goes down, 18-yard box. Play on, says the referee. Crosses in the area, and the keeper, Mahoney, has to come out as Phillips drives that across the face of goal, trying to look for Kemp, trying to look for Reed. And the Barnsley player that went down in the interim is still sitting there, laying there. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Phillips that crossed that one in. I got the wrong squad numbers. It was 22 on the other side. That was Ferrugia, who crossed that one in. Looking for Keeler Dunn, looking for Waters. Missed on both, and it was easily collected there by Mahoney. We'll get used to the players. We are all members of the Cobbler's Shoe Army today, right? Yes. I don't think that there would be anybody except for Barnsley Red Army who's joined us who will be cheering for anybody else. And Northampton, everybody will be supporting them as well. Cobblers. That's the Northampton. That's not my Barnsley game.
A lot of hoofball in mine, back and forth. Leighton Orient had a few chances. But nothing so far for Reading.
Mine, at least they're trying to build up through the deck largely, but it's all on the sidelines, and I don't know how many throw-ins they have had so far in the 8th minute, but it's been probably a dozen in the first 8 minutes, and it's taken any joy out of this one.
So far, my ref has ignored blatant holding. His parents will score a goal, like Mr. Rock. You know, maybe you want to call something. But okay.
Or not, as long as he's consistent.
Yeah. Goal kick for Northampton again, so that's how that's going.
Mahoney has it here. Long thump down the middle of the pitch. Loose ball collected, and it's Stevenage with an opportunity 20 yards out. Roberts with it, right side. And guess what? Guess what it was? I think this is going to be the story of my game. It's another throw-in.
Sounds a lot like the women's games. Oh, break. Oh, if that's not a goal, Wycombe. Okay, yay, not a goal, but y'all. I mean, one-on-one with the keeper is, like the ideal situation you want. But okay, no goal. Good job. Keep on doing that. Oh, it's also offside. My apologies. But still.
We'll take it. I feel like that game is going to be a whole lot of tie a knot in the rope and hold on and just hope that Northampton can eke that out to a 0-0 draw or can find something late.
Well,
I just don't. I don't have the confidence in that one.
Yeah.
Leighton Orient was just denied. Great play. Came storming in from the left side. Keeper was able to cut off the angle and stop it.
I hope everybody's reloaded on the coffees. 10 minutes in, 4 in the morning start. We're going again at 7. And I'm back underway on my game. Killip with a long hoof down the middle of the pitch. And they're battling through the midfield. And this is sort of what it's been, is just scramble around the midfield until somebody puts it out for a throw in. And I was just to say right on cue. Oh, but they kept that one in. Phillips with it, switches on. This is the first time I've had continuous activity on my game in the longest period until it goes out for a throw-in.
Sorry, I didn't want to laugh.
It's the type of game that actually makes me want to look up, like, if they keep a stat for records for number of throw-ins in any one particular game, because I feel like we're on pace to throttle that record right now.
Northampton has marginally gotten their act together, so,
Yay.
I don't have hope yet, but I'm not in despair.
A lot of flopping in this game. Figures I get this one.
It's like, with all the fun of the first 2 matches, Cambridge United with the shocker and came out like gangbusters and had that one early. Bolton and Huddersfield, to be fair, good play in the midfield, but pretty anemic up front for both sides. And then you have this one.
Header by Reading, keeper for Leighton Orient, takes it easily. No real threat.
And I got a keeper wearing a black baseball cap in this one because of the sun.
The sun.
Wycombe Athletics up 1-0
England.
in their game over Bristol. Burton Albion tied their game up with Rotherham.
Oh, we're just here hanging out in the midfield. Okay, Northampton, the goal's the other way. Just saying.
Right now, if there's a difference in this game, it appears to be Phillips for Stevenage in their midfield. He's built like a truck. Like you would expect, like I'm looking at the size of his thighs, he would be a running back in football. Like he's low to the ground. He's thick. He's a big lad, and he is dominating the midfield for Stevenage right now, and has been able to eke out possession. And they've got more here.
I'm going to refrain from going to that level of detail on the male anatomy.
Northampton has been now trying, but they just can't get Wycombe's defense at all. Northampton's number 10 has been, not unfortunate.
There are boos abound in this one, and I don't think it's at the referee. I think it's at the players. And to be fair, it's probably justified given the quality of the play so far. As guess what I've got? Another throw-in.
I'm just gonna Google that for a sec here. Shaun.
Ooh, I can pull that one out. Phillips all the way back defensively to steal the ball on that one, and Stevenage ekes out another throw-in. My God. WG with the update. Lincoln goes up 1-0 on Peterborough.
Yes. I mean, no, we won. Yeah, anyway, I will never root for Peterborough to win anything, so. Sorry, not sorry.
And is that because of the fans of Peterborough?
Exactly. We have a quarter for Northampton. I'm proud of you boys. Do something with
it.
it. Oh! We scored!
Northampton scored.
This is how you do, because that's we, but you do it. Yeah, babes. 1-0 Northampton. Thank you very much. 14 minutes in.
This is the enthusiasm that I needed.
Oh, also, yeah, okay, that's for your flopping, sir. You're just embarrassed that Northampton scored on you. the keeper is down of Wycombe, and he's like, "Ow, ow!" It's like he went on his knees. It's like, "Oh no, they scored!" They're like, "Oh, my head hurts." Yeah, I'm not convinced. I apologize. I am not an athlete, and the referee also does not seem impressed. 1-0 Northampton up on Wycombe and an away game. Nobody expected that. Near the Northampton coach, because he seems to be very agitated. Sorry, you should be happy. Also, but it's 0-0, so then would the goal not count? Apparently, it didn't count. Sorry, my apologies.
They really?
Sorry.
Because of a foul?
That is just rude. But anyway, you guys can score, so let's just do it again. Let's run it again.
So it's 0-0 in
0-0.
Northampton. It went in the back of the net and called back for a foul.
Yeah.
You see the update? Bud Varson scored.
There it is.
Motherfucker. For Burton?
Yeah.
There's activity everywhere abounds in this one. Wigan's up 1-0. Burton's drawn equal
Listen, Northampton got straight up
in their match against Rotherham. And my game, I just had the ball go out again for another throw-in. Like, do they keep these stats?
Oh, yeah, I have an update for you on that, Sean. Come on. Sorry, did not get in. But should have gotten it. It's usually 20 throw-ins per team.
20 over 90 minutes?
Yes. Come on! Northampton shot 3 times, had that goal, and nothing went in.
I'm up to 7 throws for Barnsley and 5 for Stevenage.
Oh my
and
lord!
I'm at the 16-minute mark.
Yeah, so they're trying to.
I've got that in flops.
I've got in shots that did not go in and should have gone in. Who are you, sir? Which is your number? Number 9, I think. It is Mr. Eves. Let's do it again, Mr. Eves. They are a bit confounded because they're like, we're supposed to be winning and we're not winning. And now these dudes dare to, have shots on goal.
I'm enjoying this so much. This has made my morning. I would love to give an update and tell you all of the stories of what's happening in Barnsley and Stevenage. It is another throw-in after a kick down the pitch. It's troubling how disjointed this match is, and you can see there was reference before the game. Stevenage has only scored 3 times away from home. Barnsley has a poor home record, and I thought that there was trouble in the last game with how anemic the performances were up front. Yeah. This is just all over the pitch mess. And if something happens, I guess I'll jump in.
Because there's a Leighton Orient corner right now, and they have a special little booth that can fit, 7 people, 8 people, and it's right behind the corner spot where there's no stands, but it's on the ground. And it looks like it has it has a little scoreboard on it, and I'm guessing it's like super pricey, but you get on the pitch essentially right in the corner.
I saw that. Wycombe also does have you're just on the pitch.
Yeah, that's huge. Those people are loving their game right now. They're going bananas.
Wycombe's supporters, surprisingly, or not surprisingly, not. Sorry, I forgot the name of the bar.
So I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to jump in here. I got free kick.
Okay.
Hold on, DeAndre. I got a free kick coming in from 25 yards away, just right next to the right side for Barnsley. It's going to be a right footer. They've got lots of players basically set up at the far post as they're starting to push their way in as the referee whistle comes. Here's the service into the box, up in the air. It's bounced on forward, goes to the far post. Barnsley collects an 18-yard box, turning and spinning, and easily stripped away and kicked forward. And here comes Stevenage back on the counterattack until they step in front of it. And that as an opportunity. See you in a bit, Techie. 30 watching, 16 likes. Hit that like button. Let everybody know that we're here. Stay tuned as we get comfortable. It's rare for us to have 3 different people talking on it, so we'll figure out our setup as we go. But back to the kickabout in the midfield and the search to just try to keep it in bounds. What's going on in your guys' games?
A throw-in.
Let a back fourth. Reading spends half their game on the turf rolling around, writhing in pain.
Giveaway, Keeler done. 25 yards, he's moving forward and then well recovered and came back and took that one away. And so now here comes Phillips. Number 22 for Stevenage has been the difference in the game. And so far for me as far as control, but a bad pass there. And it's just cleared back by the goalkeeper who thumps it down the pitch. It really is. Even when it's not a throw-in, it feels like both clubs are just trying to keep the ball in play. Like it's not pretty football at all right now.
Uh-oh.
Nwakali with it. He's stepping forward. He's got an opportunity, gets it up, and it's now advanced onto the right-hand side with O'Keefe. Drawn back and nothing there, and I hear claps.
Wycombe skied it. Like, thank you, Jeebus. What was a sky? It was more like, I don't know, low clouds it, but yeah. Bit of a defensive mistake there.
Extended possession here from Barnsley doesn't end up with nothing out of it. It ends up back onto the feet.
Maybe
of
if I'm not
Mahoney.
watching, something will happen. Okay, so teams have now both settled out.
Have you noticed Charlie Savage at all?
I love Sean's face right now.
Yeah, it's 0-0 in the Northampton game. It was disallowed.
Oh, yes.
Foul on the keeper.
I was talking softly because I was trying not to curse.
Barnsley's starting to assert itself more with the possession here and through the midfield. And that was well done by them as they get it over to Earl, who's going to swing it over to the left-hand side to Ferrugia. Draws it in. And Barnsley, clearly different level at the moment, advancing it forward, and at least they're able to keep it in balance. Ferrugia, 18-yard box, gets it over to Keeler Dunn. Opportunity here, 18-yard box, and the back heel doesn't go far enough. Well played trying to get it back to Keeler Dunn, but instead it's grabbed and collected by Good, and the result is a throw-in. I'm just going to continue to hit this all stats button and go to how many throw-ins we get to keep that as a running total. As we're now up to 17, 23 minutes in, so we're looking to be 3 times on pace for 3 times the average number of throw-ins in a game.
Darn. Keeper did his job.
I always hate when the keeper does their job and stops it.
100%.
Stevenage works it forward, bumps it just into the 18-yard box, and just a simple clear goes out for another throw. That time it's Good with the throw-in, and they'll do the long throw. Roberts for Barnsley going to take this one and throw it into the area. Halfway through the first half, and we're at half of the number of throw-ins that you'd expect in the average game. Long throw, near post, headed away. Roberts able to grab it, and he thumps it down the middle of the pitch. Undercut. Free kick the other way. Barnsley going to get it as he submarined the Barnsley player. Did Kemp.
A lot of knockabout in my game. No real threats in the last 5 minutes.
Nothing from on Twitter about any transfer signings. I was hoping to hear something before the Stevenage game.
I agree. So, I mean, the Longwell thing, he could turn out to be really great.
You keep calling him Longwell.
What's his name then?
Isn't it Longman?
Well, our signing. How's that, Ryan?
Welsh Techie. Thank you, sir.
Look at those gifted
That's
subscriptions. That's great. Thank you, Welsh Techie.
Super cool.
What didn't move the needle for me? I think you said the same thing, Sean. I was looking for, I don't know, bigger name, but. Sean, you couldn't convince Welsh Techie to join in.
I suggested a couple of times. I'm happy to take a message and send him the link on Twitter or WhatsApp.
It's just a too high quality of commentating, I guess.
That's exactly what it is.
He doesn't want to overshadow the Red Horde team here. He's like, no, I better not.
I feel like we should go back and just start talking about Wrexham stuff and the academy and what we're hoping for, because watching these games, I mean, I'm dealing with a throw-in fest.
I had a free kick that went nowhere.
Brendan's got a flop fest, and not a lot happening in these games. I will say the possession needle is changing substantially here. It's up to 59% now, and increasing.
So are they going to show academy games, you think? That'd also be interesting. I know not to put too much pressure on the young gentleman, but, I'd be interested.
It's fascinating to me, right? It's different from what we deal with in North America, like the 18, 19, 20-year-olds. Like, you can go on to CHL and watch any of those games, any of those 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds doing their thing. That's just not something that they do over in the UK, which I appreciate. Like, I'm not looking to talk about the U17s unless it's like a World Cup or something for the young kids. But I would pay money to watch the academy. Barnsley into the 18-yard area. Keeler Dunn, that looked dangerous. Was that a block that hit him on the face? I think the defender Piergiani goes down right in front of Keeler Dunn and takes that opportunity away. Is from 18 yards, right on the edge of the area. Keeler Dunn with the right footer, and I'm curious if that hit him chest or face because it was bounced right off of Piergiani. Stockport up 1-0 on Crawley.
That's not good.
It's not good, not bad.
Two quarters in a row here.
Breakaway here for Leighton Orient in the box. Oh, yes. He had the keeper sprawled out on the ground, just faked him, and then came around and blasted it with the left foot. 1-0 Leighton Orient.
Nice. Nothing came.
Is that nice?
We're going again.
Is that nice? I'm still torn. What does the poll say? The poll say 50% are hoping for a draw. I'll end that poll now that we're up 1. Fascinating. And more wanting Reading to win over Leighton. Leighton at 21%. Reading at 28%. So I guess that means we want to draw edging towards Reading. So I think that makes most people unhappy. That goal. Corner here, delivered in, punched up in the air by Killip, and that's a foul. And so the free kick going the other way. Barnsley dodges a bullet there on that corner attempt as Killip goes in, bravely punches it away while getting undercut. He's back up on his feet and all is good. He's not milking it, unlike in the Andrews game.
Wycombe threatening, but nothing. And it's out for a throw-in.
The Wigan goal was by James Carragher, son of Liverpool legend and now pundit Jamie Carragher, and that's the kid's first pro goal, which
What?
I know footballs are more expensive than hockey pucks, but I always think that when somebody scores their first goal, the ball should come right out of play, and they get to keep that ball. Give it to their mom and dad, put it on display on the mantle, and Stevenage into the area, 18-yard box, kick! Great save by Killip as he pushed and shoved on the way through it. He's kind of a porcupine in a balloon factory, but ultimately ends up going to ground. Got the shot away, but it wasn't the prettiest shot, and sort of disturbed and disrupted was the porcupine. See, Dave, I was hoping that it was going to be today. I don't know why, but I thought Wrexham having nothing going on, Stevenage game coming up, and here's a 18-yard box, cross coming in. Kemp has it. He's going to stab it forward, and pressure from Barnsley. Tackle is there, spinning on the ball. Barnsley's going to clear. I can't believe we're 31 minutes in, and I'm just having a look around and seeing there's nothing in this match.
Reading with a couple of corners here, and they clatter into the keeper again, take him out right in the gut when he tries to punch it away.
The stats in my game, one total shot apiece. My XG, listen to this, 32 minutes in, 0.03 for Barnsley, 0.04 for Stevenage.
If I would be a Wycombe fan, I'd be very irritated right now because we got our act together, but nothing really is happening.
Morning, Giselle.
Hey,
Hi, Giselle.
Just out of for interest sake, we're going to get a right-footed outswinger here from the right side for Barnsley. In the Northampton Wycombe game, the XG 0.03 for Wycombe, 0.07 for Northampton. Only 3 shots in that one. So not a lot going on in these games. I'll have to bring up the FOTMob for the other one. Barnsley Phillips, he's got it collected, 18-yard box, draws it, flip across far post, goes out, and I think that's going for a corner. It is, far corner from the other side.
For God's sake, Wycombe. Anyway. Northampton 2 goals, 2 shots on targets. Wycombe 1 in 32 minutes. Wycombe with 0 shots on target. Okay, Wycombe.
The referee's given a scolding after a bunch of pushing and shoving before this corner. Right-footed, in-swinger, delivery, near post, referee blows it down, calls the foul. The pushing and shoving just got too much, and Barnsley ends up giving away that opportunity. 33 minutes, 33 seconds, still looking for something to happen in this one. 1 shot apiece.
I'm looking at you, talk, Sean, because that's more interesting in the game right now.
That's sad and disturbing.
Like, maybe if I do something different, something will happen. Somebody was offside, probably a Wycombe player. Oh, Lord.
Well, nobody's really missing anything on this one.
Out a Leighton Orient break.
Maybe this is why they have the 3 p.m. blackouts, is so nobody has to watch this crap.
At least Brendan's game had a goal.
Yes, that's true.
Let's do it.
And of the 3, there's at least some 0.48.
Yeah, Leighton Orient's had some interesting opportunities. Yeah.
Update for Sean: the paint is 24% dry.
Nice, David.
That was a good one.
David's in here without Kim, so he's going to be the resident comedian today.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what happened?
What happened?
Another throw-in. Another throw-in.
The throw-in bug got over us to Wycombe because we also are having a lot of throw-ins.
Jason Smith thinking we're going to get 2 strikers. Holy moly.
Yeah.
You can barely get one.
I'll take one. W&G with the updates. Lincoln up 2-0 on Peterborough. Stockport up 2-0 on Crawley.
Oh, poor Crawley.
A birdie tells him that there's been some other big offers rejected. Well, open up the bank. It's only money.
Make them bigger. Bigger offers.
That was an opportunity here for Stevenage that was given away on a bad pass. That was Roberts curling forward on the right-hand side, tried to get a pass from Wilden, and he just led him by about 8 feet, 10 feet too far and forward. No way that I don't think Usain Bolt would have made his way onto that one, and just an easy giveaway to a goal kick.
I think Mr. Zanef, the keeper of Northampton, is a player who got the most time with the ball so far.
Nice pass in the middle here. Leighton Orient, just outside the box. Chip across. Header goes wide.
To Welsh Techie's comment here, he says, ex-Wrexham manager Brian Flynn last night in the live event said League One was bang average, and I'm guessing he was right. It's fascinating to me. I mean, we've seen Wrexham have some games that were pretty dull. Like
yes.
the Stevenage game where we lost 1-0 there. A lot of our away games, to be fair. We've struggled a little bit up front. There have been some games that I have watched that have been absolutely amazing. But like I look back to the Rotherham Huddersfield match that I watched, and that was painful. I'm watching this one now, which is looking to threaten records for throw-ins, which, by the way, I'm waiting for another throw-in. This is just not good. But that throw-in actually causing some problem. It's on the deck inside the box, cleared away, not cleared away, and finally Barnsley has it. As there was probably about 3-4 opportunities, and then stolen, and here comes Stevenage, and that's got to be a foul in the yellow. That's got to be a yellow. He dragged that leg intentionally and took out Roberts.
Keeper comes sliding off Leighton Orient. It was going to be a definite goal. Ball, hard touch, just got ahead of him. Otherwise, easy goal.
Jason's got a ticket to the next FID live event. That's awesome.
Okay, so Northampton is not going to win any awards for defending, one. And Wycombe, this is not Wycombe's day, because, I mean, you need to be able to score if it's just 1-on-1 with the keeper. You need to be able to score if you're dead center in the box and you have no defenders in front of you.
No Kone in that one, eh? He's on the bench.
In Wycombe? No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Interesting. We're going to get a free kick here, 22 yards out to the right-hand side. Phillips is going to take it for Stevenage. No, he's not. Left footer into the area, but not to the far post, and there was nothing but red jerseys there, so it gets headed away. It'll go from free kick to corner as Earl clears that one.
Kone must have some sort of injury. I think I put him on the fantasy team. He didn't play like last week or whenever it was.
He's been coming off the bench a lot recently, and I don't know if that's because they're showcasing him and wanting him to stay healthy because there's a potential move that's in the works, but they still need him for the end of game. It's the only reason I can explain it, because they've made enough transfers that you think they'd want to keep him in. As the corner does nothing, but it's collected by Phillips, who's been the best player so far. It's entered back into the area, headed away, and Barnsley thumping it down the pitch.
Do we remember the keeper that took out Paul Mullen?
Yeah.
He is Wycombe's backup keeper.
Sorry?
Nathan Bishop.
Oh, yes.
He is their second string keeper, and so I'm rooting even more now for Northampton.
He was their first string keeper for the longest time. Ravizoli took over, I'm going to guess around match day 12. 14, something like that, and then Bishop hasn't earned his way back into the lineup, or more importantly, Ravizoli hasn't given it away.
Yeah. Oh, so sad. 40 minutes, one disallowed goal. A whole lot of pushing and shoving, but not as many throw-ins as Sean's game.
No, handball there not called. 18-yard box. Ref says play on. And the handball did one good thing is it kept it from going out of bounds. So, man, this is like watching like U7 soccer where they just chase the ball around and try to tackle it off the person.
Remember, you're Canadian.
Sorry, Mighty Might hockey where they're chasing the puck and they just follow it all in a big mob down the ice. That's what it's like.
Nice. That's what I mean. Oh, lordy. You know that like meme? Like it's like a figure with a stick poking at something, like do something? That's kind of like where I'm at right now.
I can't believe I'm at the 45th minute, and there's goals everywhere else. Burton's now up 3-1 on Rotherham.
Northampton or Wycombe.
Who picked these games, Sean?
I am sorry. These are the teams that are at the top of the table and are around Wrexham. I thought they were going to be exciting. Hey, guess what I'm dealing with here? Guess what? Guess what's happening right now?
What, Sean? What's happening? What's happening?
It's another throw-in. Phillips is on the deck.
Oh, nice.
I think he might have got clattered into on the heels on the challenge there by Phillips.
Comes a corner by Reading.
Oh, yeah, he got stepped on inside the foot.
Oh,
boy, am I proud I'm a Wrexham supporter right now.
Good play. Guy wide open. Header misses it. Leighton Orient with the breakaway. Here it is. One man against the keeper. He's out wide left. I think he's going to try to cross. He does. Hits his target, but loses it.
Oh.
Bodfordson with 2 goals today.
That's just rude. Do we have to like the voodooing of the Kairas or something?
A smudge. We need a Wrexham
In the
smudge.
limited that I saw, he looked like a Fletcher Light in the sense that he had quality when the ball was at his feet more than some of our other players.
But to me, he was never a scorer. He was always going to be the guy who was going to be a playmaker, right? And without Marriott, with Mullen on the Schneid, you needed somebody to put ball in net. It's just funny that that's how I view him. And then as is pointed out, he goes to Burton and Potts too.
Just rude again. And against Rotherham, okay.
Another throw-in.
Reading has 2 guys rolling around on the ground looking for calls, and then he gives a card to a different Reading player. Think for flopping.
I think the coaches of my teams are complaining to each other about the referee, which, you know, quite impressive. Anyway, free kick way in their own half, so I'm not excited at all.
There's a question we briefly talked on it, but the question from Dave Foster: what's your take on the menu section? I can't make any sense of it. I can't either, and the reason I can't make any sense out of it is where does he fit in? Revan is the next man. You're going to go out. You're going to get Longman, who's probably going to play on the left wing anyways. So unless you're getting him because you think that Mendy can develop into a better player that can handle playing in this league or above, and you're comfortable loaning him out, it doesn't make any sense to me to sign him. Because he's not going to crack lineup right now. And in fact, if I was Mendy, I wouldn't want to be on this roster because there's no role for me. So I don't know if you guys have a different take. He's a decent backup.
I don't think it makes any sense at all. I don't.
And Welsh, I get that. Mendy, so Welsh Techie says Mendy's a decent backup squad player, so it makes financial sense to fill the squad with him. But where does he draw in? Because Revan's going to be the wing. Oh. The left winger ahead of him. He can't play. Mendy can't play on the right side. You've also brought in Longman, who's going to be on that left side as well as a filling replacement. And so he's 4th on your depth chart.
At best.
I like to me. It's
I'm
got to
more
be
down on him than the rest of you
is the only
guys.
way to justify it. So. And I get that. Maka could be his last year, and then he's 3rd on your depth chart, but probably a desire to go out and get somebody else. I just if you're not gonna use him, then I don't know why you sign him. Maybe I'm wrong. And let's be honest, other than Mendy's speed, does he bring a lot as far as his quality to a League One side? Not sold. Not sold myself.
Maybe you think that you definitely don't like Revan and you're going to sell Revan, and then Mendy's going to move all the way up to backup. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess always an option. 1 minute of added time in mine, just dealing with another throw-in.
Number 16 in, what's his face? Terrence Taylor, Northampton. And I'm checking if we have a little extra time info over here. I'm really excited to actually see like a scoreboard, like, you know, like those things they hold up with the extra time, because we don't get that in the women's game. That's 2 lucks.
Jason saying in the chat that he agrees with Welsh Techie that he's a decent squad player. He's not A team, but good enough for cup matches, etc. I don't think that you ever sign a player to be a cup player. I think that those players that come in, academy can fill in. You're going to start half of your starters. I don't think
Mendy's a League One player. I mean, if so, I mean, very bottom end.
Yeah, that's boring half. Booze coming down in Barnsley, as that was a sleeper of a half on my end. How many shares do we sell in Gambia? Says David.
You got halftime?
I've got halftime.
We should be getting to halftime soon, and we are not. We are at halftime. Well, that's us. Bleh.
Bleh. That's the whole thing. I can't believe that I woke up for this. There's our TikTok 1 minute little video. Is I am peeved, EFL League One, for giving me this quality and making me wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and then stay up at 7 o'clock in the morning to watch this atrocious garbage. The XG 0.03 for Barnsley with their 60% possession, 0.26 for Stevenage with their 40% possession. I've had 3 total shots between the clubs, 2 of them on target for Stevenage, no big chances. The passes for Stevenage, 65 passes at 57% accuracy.
That's awful.
Like, it's horrible. This is a horrible, horrible adventure. My turnovers, or sorry, not my turnovers, my throw-ins, I'm up to 28. So I guess we're only on, we're going to have an extra 20, on pace for an extra 20 over the game. But it's
my stats here.
It's nothing here. I've pulled up the stats for and you can tell me whether that's the sense that you get from watching it and being eyes on Deandra. Possession fairly close, 53%, 47%, slight advantage for Wycombe Wanderers.
Yeah, on that one, yeah.
The XG, like we're talking almost
Yes.
nothing for either side. 0.14 for Wycombe, 0.07 for Northampton.
Yeah.
So Wycombe slightly better than shit. Northampton shit. 3 shots to 2. Wycombe leading there. 1 shot on target each. And if I'm going for turnovers or throws in yours, you're actually up to 22. So that's a fair amount of throw-ins. And the passes, listen to this. 88 on 65% efficiency for Wycombe. That's bad. And even worse, Northampton, 59 passes. Oh, they just updated it. 61 passes, 49% efficiency.
Why do you think I was celebrating when they connected 2 or 3 passes with each other? You know, you got to keep your wins where you get them.
Oh my God. Like as far as bang average, that's not even average, Welsh Techie. This is below average atrocity. If as far as marketing your event, your maybe this is why they keep everything under wraps and they have those. They don't allow you to post things on Twitter. It's because it's the entertainment value is not there. Are you still going on yours, Brendan?
It just stopped seconds ago.
Okay, so let's go through the stats on the Leyton Orient Reading game. and you can tell me whether you agree. Leighton Orient with a possession advantage, 58% to 42%. So Leighton Orient with the lead there. The XG 0.53 to 0.16 for Reading. So Reading doing their away thing. They struggle, at least last season they were horrible. They've been better this year, but still not perfect. But Leighton Orient ahead there 3 times better. You've got lots of shots in your game. Six shots to 3, Leighton Orient up, and 5 of those shots on target with 1 big chance. So Leighton Orient still doing a thing, and they make me a little bit nervous as I was, you look at teams that could potentially draw into things. And Leighton Orient's one of those clubs. And it's one of those things that it's interesting to me with the playoffs, if those are a reality. I would rather be the team that finishes 4th than the team that finishes 3rd. Because when I look at the standings here, I see teams 1 through 6. No, sorry. 1 through 5 being fairly certain. It's that 6th spot that I'm curious who's going to rise from the ashes and play well and earn that position. And they're probably going to come in playing like gangbusters. And you don't want to be the 3 team at home on a 2-game home and home with a team that's come up in 6th place. So Leighton Orient may be that team. I thought maybe it could be Bolton, and Bolton certainly got the win today and maybe asserting themselves. But it's interesting. Just to go through the stats here a little bit more, you've got more passing, 110 passes at 70% accuracy, just for perspective's sake, because we watch a lot of Wrexham games. Yeah. 280 is what we expect. None of the teams in this one getting even close to that. And we're not a heavy passing team because we're usually on the front foot and we don't do a center back kickabout. Accurate passes for Reading, 62 accurate passes at 58% efficiency. It's just bad passing. And the weather's good. Like I can't explain why on all 3 games they're absolute garbage.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. If you are 6th, 7th, 8th, it's like quite a tight 9th even. It's quite a tight group over there. So
yeah, whoever wins that battle at the end of the year is going to come in hot. And so you don't want to be the 3rd place team playing that hot team. You want to, and having to deal with the frustration that you didn't get the automatics, and now you've got to recenter and focus yourself with a team that's celebrating and salivating over their chance.
Yeah.
The 4 or 5 match, you go into that knowing like you're into a real battle and you got to pick yourself up for it. I don't like that lineup. And Leighton Orient, Bolton, those are teams that I think could get up there. David Wood saying on the thing, now imagine being a Stevenage an 8-hour round trip to stand in the cold and watch this match. New parenting tip: if you don't tidy your room, I'll make you watch the first half of Barnsley and Stevenage.
Thomas Fitzgerald put in chat who he would love to see Wrexham sign. That thinks it would be a dream, not necessarily likely, but reasonably likely. Be interested who else people are interested in.
I don't necessarily have names, but I would like them to be able to sign, a proven championship striker.
Patrick Adjum? Am I getting a different? Oh, this is the American-born.
No way.
So, I don't know. Do we want somebody from Connecticut wearing a Wrexham kit?
You see Connecticut like it's.
MLS player, Charlotte FC. If we go to the MLS, I want to see where Jacobs. I mean, he'll never League One. He's above that level. I think quite comfortably. I think if he's going anywhere, it's going to be to a top 5 league. Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, something along those lines. But Jacob Schaffelberg from Nashville, still the guy I think's got something in him. A young guy, but. Charlotte, 43 appearances, 11 goals in 2023. He's played 2 with the United States. He's got 2 goals for the U.S. men's national team. He scored 1 against Venezuela and another against Costa Rica. Never scored against Canada, but then I guess he's never played against them. So
that will do it, yeah.
12th overall selection, and so young guy. I don't know how you'd sign him. 24 years of age, heading into League One. as much as I would like to see Schaffelberg, I think that Patrick Adjemang would be, I think, a tough get. But yes, there's a Canadian bias.
I watched a little of the U.S. Costa Rican game. I think it was a Diaz with the cotton up his nose for getting the elbow to the nose, bleeding all over the place. Scrappy little guy. He was a difference maker in that game.
I'm looking at. I haven't looked. I think it's in March that the Nations League gets back underway for CONCACAF.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be.
Yeah, Aruba's like number 300 on the FIFA list, so I'm interested. FIFA list goes to 286, so just to say how bad it is.
Aruba, how the 0 wins, 0 draws, 6 losses.
Yep.
In their campaign in League B, so that sends them down to relegation, down to League C. So they'll be in the pool with Bahamas, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Anguilla, Turks and Caicos, the British Virgin Islands. So yeah, they're gonna fall down that way. For us, sort of a weird outcome with the way that the pools worked. We had where is League One? You had Canada's drawing in. They're going to take Mexico on in their first match.
Wow.
After taking out Suriname, and then the U.S. they beat Jamaica 5-2, and they're going to end up. They were seeded third, despite being higher ranked CONCACAF. They're seeded third by the CONCACAF rankings, and so as a consequence of that, they've eked their way out, and they're going to get Panama. So. When we sit there, lots of games played in the U.S. because Mexico makes more money by having the games in the U.S. So they don't play at home anymore. They play in the U.S. down south.
So wait a minute. What if the U.S. takes over Panama first? So you'd have to play the U.S. before.
So the U.S. would get a bye?
Yeah, I don't know. But then they're also planning to take over Canada. So you guys could be our B team.
Oh Lord, Brendan! I'm just thinking.
Not in the last 2 years. We've got the U.S.'s number. Had our first win in I think it was 54 years on U.S. soil.
You're busy, Shaun. How's Holland doing? How's my team doing?
How's Holland?
Yeah.
I'd have to go to the UEFA. Haven't been following other than surprisingly Wales to find out how things are going there. And the women with Rhiannon Wilkinson leading the women to the.
Oh yeah.
It's a good things going on there. I just know that they're getting Belgium again, and that seems to be Wales for the men, who they end up getting all the time. It's 2-3-1.
Oh, yeah.
They went, and so the Netherlands, they're going to have Spain in the first round of the quarterfinals.
Oh dear. You think we'll spend 2.5 mil Fitzgeralds, or are we just?
Oh, I think that's value. Puerto Rico has an independent World Cup team. Just saying. So there you go, Brendan. It could just be a setup like they have in the UK, right? We'll be our own country, but within the United States of America, kind of like Wales is. And then we would get our own country, we'd still be a country. I'm just creating controversy everywhere.
Yes, you are.
WG's the only, and true. WG saying I've had lots of activity over the first half, and that's true. You look at the out of town scoreboard, and it's like 3-0, 2-3-2, 2-1, goals everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And the teams at the top of the table are absolute shite today.
Are you doing the Stevenage game, Shaun, or do you have to work?
No, my trial didn't run, and I'm dealing with some stuff at home, and so we're gonna try and take some time off and finish some renovations and spend some time with family and do all that sort of stuff. And so I will be around to do this sort of thing. I don't think I'm going to be making any extra videos as I spend the extra time still dealing with other things in life. And the fascinating thing too, by the way, with the UEFA Nations League was England being demoted last year into Group B, and so they've had to win their way back up. So they're playing in League B. They've made their way up that way, and then Wales. Oh, wrong one. This is all stuff that the Wrexhamites will know intuitively. They're in Group B, and they went 3 wins, 3 draws, and so they're like England into the next round, into the quarterfinals. And so I haven't looked up as who the matchups are for that one.
Not happy about that Stockport game. I'm surprised you didn't think that would be one of the ones we want to watch.
Well, I don't think Stockport's in it. I mean, they've lost Louis Barry. They were, I thought a mid-table, slightly above team that was going to be searching to try and eke in a playoff spot and roll the dice and see what happens at best. And then they lose their best player. So
my team's coming out.
To be fair, everything south to the Falklands is the Americas. Yes, Thomas, we get that. It is the Americas. I get that. Man. What I found interesting of that whole discussion was Trump saying no military intervention with the U.S. That was going to be economic pressure that he was going to apply.
Okay.
And so that'll be interesting to see, and that all kicks in. I still don't think he understands. Adam Smith, The Wealth of Nations from the late 1700s, and then Keynesian economics, and I don't think he understands it. Having taken, I have a double honors BA in economics, and I'm looking at it going like, bleh. I don't think he understands what he talks of. And I'm underway, by the way. Sorry, jumped on that one. But we'll see what happens. But he didn't say he wouldn't do military force in the with Greenland and Panama. So who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be.
Read it to Panama. He didn't say that with Canada.
He didn't say he's going to attack us. But do I have an exit strategy? Yes.
Yorkshire.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to get there first, and I don't think the airports would be an option. But first time in my life that I've ever had to worry about that. Even if it's a small possibility, it's enough that actually created one. So silliness. David Wood is off to annex the Isle of Man. Let the table. David Wood against the might of Turkey and Iceland, and Bellers we trust. So international football, I'm at 45 minutes and 55 seconds, coming up to 46 minutes going on right here. We've got a minute without a throw-in. So to me, that's a massive success.
I've had a sub because this is not Parky. Harvey is out for a butcher.
Oh, he took advantage of the halftime window. The announcer. Both teams certainly capable of showing more. You think? Such a positive outlook.
Announcer is a fan of the understatement. Oh, let me just put a little bit of volume.
What do you got for time?
I got 45, 57, 58, 59. 605.
I just feel like it's of value to parrot the official here. Is a mishit attempt from Stevenage just kind of rolled off of his thigh towards the goalie, and he was like, an opportunity with a scuff that ended up in the keeper's hands. Well, Keeler done with it. 25 yards, middle of the pitch, left-footed, looking for the corner. Oh, decent strike, but he missed it by about 1.5 feet. And there's Mahoney screaming. That's what Keeler Dunn does. He does nothing, and all of a sudden, boom, it's off his left foot, and he didn't miss by much. And I don't think the keeper had a read on that as he was sitting on his feet. I think we could write a thesis on the things that Donald doesn't understand.
True. Something I didn't look up. Is Northampton far from Wycombe? Because I'm seeing a lot of empty seats here. But maybe the away ends. People weren't feeling. I know where Northampton is. My Wycombe geography is a little bit suspect. I'll be honest. Okay,
I know for me, because I was looking at that
They're getting
Northampton
bigger
game.
anyway.
I was looking at that Northampton game as one of the potentials that we were originally planning to fly out on the 8th. But then I've had some things happen, and I'll have to probably stay here longer. So I don't know if there's an option, but I was hoping to be able to hop on the train and go up to Northampton, catch the game, and then connect on up to Doncaster. Stevenage with an opportunity here. Roberts all the way forward, 19 yards, scoots it to the right and misses his opportunity. I think that was a mistake. He had Young to his left if he could have just chipped it up over top. Instead, he tried to draw it right to an oncoming Phillips, and nothing really working either way there. Just looking at that gap, I think he had the gap with Earl. It was over there. Just decided not to give it to him. And sorry, it was a pass to the right for Kemp that was lost.
Sorry, Deandra, I messed up the clock on yours. What do you have?
1 sec. 48, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27,
Good,
28,
thanks.
29. Okay. Yep. You know what
So
I don't have though? Goals.
Wycombe is the northwest part of London as a suburbs, pretty much the last one that you can get to. And then you're looking an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes to get north to Northampton.
Yeah.
Welsh Techie doing it again, throwing out the gift subs. Man,
That's kind
much
of you. Welsh.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Very, very, very kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm sorry. Like literally
Stuff like this, I
women-
gotta come up with a better way of appreciating. Whether that's like Chris has done it, Welsh Techie's done it. We've had others. Sarah Rickards has done this. Need to do a better shout out somehow, but it is much appreciated.
Sure.
How are we number 3 against these people?
Pick on the production guy.
No, I said I. I said I. I can make a little GIF or something, or
Okay, breakaway for Wycombe. Good, nothing.
good. Don't sound so disappointed.
I'm bored. Like, what does Louis Barry do? Can we bring him back? I just want to see.
He's got rumors are he's possibly going to Celtic.
Oh, damn. Say hi to Dolby for us. Do we agree with the decision of Dolby? Because I do.
It depends on what happens by the 31st.
I understood that they're going to let him stay there.
If we don't have a striker coming in, it was a mistake to leave him up there. If we have somebody coming in, it was fair to say he should stay in Dundee.
Well, should we then assume that they have somebody coming in, considering they let him stay, or is that too logical?
That's just me trying to put logic into the situation.
Okay.
I don't know if it fits, but it's my thought. Dave said, I'm still hoping for a Vancouver road trip for a live event. Yeah, to be fair, I've been looking. The best thing to do is to find an afternoon game and to set it up at Site B and have everybody come out to Port Moody. It's right near the SkyTrain, and they got big rooms that you can go into. And like, I don't think a Tuesday lunch would work.
Right?
Trip.
Theatre counting is the most exciting thing that has happened this half.
Please score Northampton. Pretty please, sugar on top.
Yeah, maybe they'll plan a tour in Aruba and we'll come visit you, Deandra.
Come on. Girl.
Well, how many people fit into Aruba's national stadium?
5,000 maybe?
Damn.
Oh, okay. It went like way wide. People on
7
the
minutes.
off the board.
7 minutes into the second half. The good news is no throw-ins this half, as far as I've seen or can recall. But it's not a lot going on either ways. It's just sort of midfield mess about.
Ooh. Nope.
It's so messy that we're even getting the referee interfering with play.
Oh, Lordy, come on, people. Like, seriously, how are they number 2 and we're number 3? How? Ooh. Girl.
Opportunity here, 18 yards, cross coming into the box. Nice header away. I believe that was good who got that one clear. McCarthy with it right-hand side, draws it forward up to O'Keefe. Barnsley doing a thing here, 18-yard box. That's Keeler Dunn who's going to lay it off. Keeler Dunn, cross, bangs it off of the head, and there's our first throw. I believe that went for a throw, not a corner. Oh, it did go for a corner. Just snuck onto the other side of the flag, and so we're going to get a Barnsley corner. Barnsley's starting to pick it up here. The pressure is a little bit better. There's at least some excitement with this one. It's not dreadful. It's now come to lukewarm status.
Well, as David Wood was putting it, if we want to wake Deandra up, we'll just ask her to count off the clock every few minutes and be her excitement.
Okay, well, nothing came from that, and now we were trying to do a breakaway, and then they decide to turn the other way. So, yeah.
Barnsley still, they missed on the corner.
Goal, Leighton Orient.
They scored?
2-0.
I'm jealous, like, for real. How does it feel, Brendan?
It's pretty active in this game. Again, as long as Reading hasn't been on the ground that so far this second half, and good stuff. Came off of a corner, got knocked around in the box, and
the ref is
picked it up and drilled it.
Less thorough in this half, so we're having a lot of free kicks here. And putting your hands in the ref's face, never a good idea.
I'm curious to hear, Thomas, your thoughts and the thoughts in the chat. My take on Longman is, statistically and age-wise, he checks the boxes, and it's a fine signing for $500,000. That's fine. I want more. I want a striker, and I want like the 2-3 million spend to try and get somebody really improved up front. My question that I have is, I mean, we went and got Bolton, who was really not a wing back, but a true winger, and kind of, put him into a position where he couldn't exceed or excel, and he didn't excel. My concern is are we doing the same thing with Longman? But Parky really likes him as a footballer. There's value in that. The question is does he fit with the style? And if he does, we have a different type of weapon. And so I reserve judgment to see how he fits into the system, and I reserve judgment to this is not to begrudge him and his footballing ability, but we need more. And so if he's the only signing, I will be disappointed. And that's not to say that he's bad as the referee interfering again with the play on this one. And that's sort of, I guess, Brendan summing that one up. And David Wood saying Aruba is the new Vegas after all.
Wow. I don't know why the ref gives free kicks to Northampton, because they do absolutely nothing with it.
Yeah, and Dave, I think, summarizing things too. He's a great signing as a solid utility player with quality experience and an upside, given his age. A signing that puts everyone on notice for improvement. That's certainly true. He's a good footballer, but we still need a striker and a statement signing.
Why are we not
using ball in collected?
Stars? Why are we signing utility players?
No, utility in the sense that he can play in different roles. I think you could put him into that left wing back position if you wanted to. You could put him in sort of the lead position if you were to do a 5-3-1-1. And he draws a different dynamic as far as his style, because he's not a crosser. He's a on the deck type of player, and that's something gives you a different look, right?
Who do you see him going in for? Who do you see him starting?
I would like to see if Park is going to go with that 5-3-1-1, sliding him up in there with whoever we have up front, whether that's Marriott, whether that's a new signing, whether that's I'm frustrated enough with Mullen as it is, but I guess that's the other option at the moment. I don't think I see him as a left wing back, and I don't think I want to take McLean out of the lineup, but that would be the other option as to where he'd play for me.
I don't think Parky loves his guys, and most of the positions that Longman would play are positions that he has his favorites in. So I can't see him getting in the game.
Matty James taking over for Dobson, right? I mean, his guys will change, and I think he likes the guy because he's targeted him before, and he primarily played wingback in beginning at Hull. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Corner here for Barnsley. Barnsley's been dominating and controlling the last 10 minutes or so. Right-footed, far post, headed away up in the air when Piergiani to clear that, and Kemp advances it on, and it's going to go roll all the way to Killip, who's going to come out 30 yards away from goal and try to thump this down the pitch as all the center backs are already forward.
So I think what happened is that Burton Albion got all the goals today, and that's why we're not getting any goals.
Oh, should that be a poll question? Jason saying, Deandra, that you need to get your Took out to give Northampton some luck. Do we use Took magic in these games?
We got to get her headband to be red.
Link it up 3-0. Thank you, W&G. Goals everywhere for W&G. And I guess Brendan's had 2.
4-1 Burton Albion. Lord.
It could be a shift in tactic. I just don't see it, David, because I mean, you listen to Keeler Dunn with an opportunity here, but 2 touches that weren't the best, and Piergiani just steps in front and kills that attack.
That is Moses. Won't you tip you the side of the thing off? And there's a mess.
An emergency and a mess. Can you go tell Mom?
He saw it. I need your help.
I guess I'll be right back. I don't know what's going on.
Wycombe player Joe Lowe got injured. His name rhymes, and he's the tallest player on the field, I think. So am I using myself with a name?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Northern Border jumping in now. And there's Kim. Now David Wood has some competition in the jokes category.
Oh my God, people. Stay upright. I'm sorry. No, this is not it. How are we not higher on the table than these?
So Northern Board is saying, he'd like to get the auto promotion, but playoff run would be great. Yes, it would. I guess the thing that would bother me is you're in the January window. You're in contention for not just the playoffs, but for an automatic promotion. You have the money. I mean, there's no doubt about that. You're saying that your aspirations are Premier League eventually,
yes.
Meaning like you didn't say this was a year where you're consolidating. You said you were going for it. So if you were honest and you're actually going for it, then you should be buying top talent, legitimate talent, not someone who can compete and is relatively close to the same levels as your existing players, but you should be going that next step. You should be going and buying 2 players at upper championship league level, lower premier, and
you think we don't want to
that's
spend the
showing your commitment. I don't see the commitment.
Do you think we don't want to spend the money, or our offers are getting? We are spending, or we're offering to spend the money, but our offers get rejected because we're not attractive. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's like just we're not offering enough. We're offering enough, or should be enough, but players are like, nah, thank you.
This game's starting to turn. Sorry, I'll give my thoughts on that question. Because I've got a corner here, I just wanted to make a comment as it gets cleared. This is clearly starting to turn into Barnsley pushing. They had a free kick that went for an opportunity that had to get cleared. They had that corner that had to get cleared. This is one-way street right now. And if you're looking for a draw in this one, I mean, you'd want a Stevenage win, I think, but I think we're getting to the point where we're just holding on for a draw. With respect to the offers, I think that Parkey picks out a narrow group of players, and I think that he's prudent with his transfers. He markets them, or he values them, at what he values them for, and I don't think that he overspends. He's not going to New York Yankee this and just drop whatever they need to get that person. He's going to say, these are my 4, 5, 10 guys that I'm willing to get. Here's what I'm willing to pay in my range. And if somebody agrees, he'll take it. I don't think he overspends, and I think that's why it takes closer to the window is he plays chicken a little bit. I think the prices have been set, the value's been set, and they might be holding out for changes and whatnot, and they'll leave the contract on the table to see if he get picked up. That's the sense and the feel I get. I'm sure there's people who are more in the know. As Peterborough scores 1 on Lincoln, Rotherham gets 1 in the Burton game, 4-2 there. Lots of goals for W&G to follow. I don't know, Brendan, do you get that as the sense?
Yeah, I think they may be, nickel and diming people. I'd be a little bit more willing to open up the purse strings and get the guys I need. I don't
Easy
think
to say for us as
Ryan
fans,
are going to say you're not being fiscally responsible. That was an extra $50,000 you shouldn't have paid for that guy. I mean, I think that's BS. Like, just do it.
Yeah,
it's a one-time fee. It's not like it's reoccurring. It's not like you overpaid salary-wise for someone. You're overpaying for a transfer fee. It's a one-time fee.
Just to change the topic here, Northern Border saying wouldn't be too bad to get another year in L1 to build infrastructure. And see, that's a peeve of mine. Is it should already be in place or damn near completed.
It's not going to be any more ready next year either.
Next year, and that's the problem that I have. And so I don't know. It's a bone of contention with me, and I'm starting to get restless. But we'll see how it goes. There's not much.
Actually, I'm hoping that getting into the championship makes them go, wait a minute, we can't drag our feet any longer. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I think that championship level players, that quality, that sort of thing on the margins, there's not much difference between them. And so I think that there are players that would love the opportunity to be a part of the Wrexham experience and the experiment and the storyline that's happening. And so I think that offsets some of the training facilities, but you never know what every individual player is going to want. Some of it's just geography. Some of it's opportunity to be on the pitch. Some of, it's different for all. Some of it's just straight up money. Barnsley with another corner. This is a growing trend here. That's an outswinger and it comes loose. 18-yard box. Kemp goes to ground to block that one and draws a foul as a consequence as the Barnsley player steps up over top of him. Let's be honest.
We're still salty about their it guy got injured. So now they're like just knocking each other back and forth. But nothing really like a threat or an opportunity. Oh, I'm hearing booing.
First set of subs here, White coming off, King replacing him. Gives you an idea as to the quality of the matches. I don't think I've said White's name at all. Oh, another sub here. This is going to be Elliot List, an attacker who's coming in for Young, who's plays on the left side of their 4-2-3-1. And yeah, I think you go up and you deal with it, that you accept that you're going to be losing millions of quid every year. But I put it this way as well. Lots of teams have won FA Cups. Lots of teams have won EFL Cups and league championships. No team in history has ever gone back to back to back. And for the history and the narrative of that as an opportunity, I think you take it.
Kone's getting it.
Sorry?
Kone's getting in the game.
There you go. That's unfortunate because he'll probably stir it up.
Another sub.
Northern Border thinks Longman will go in McLean's spot. I don't think there's a chance in heck that that's happening.
Not happening.
Well, he's got to get in somewhere. You paid him $500,000. Oh, wait, Mo Fall. But I think a different thing. I have more upside on Mo Fall than I have on Longman. But I have Longman's more ready. He's better cooked than Mo Fall is.
He's medium well
McLean
done.
was in an accident a couple of days ago, and they still ran him out there for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
No, you have no.
Elliot List is when you order Elliot Lee on Wish. David Wood, Dave Foster, Kim with the one-liners. I just sitting back thinking of the
Ruby jumping in. How you doing?
Hey, Ruby. How are you?
Ruby. Ruby dodging the bullet. Should have jumped in on this one, and you could have enjoyed the pain and suffering of watching these games. Well, actually, not the Leyton Orient matches. To be fair, is there was an opportunity that one came in, cross into the area, headed up in the air. It lands on the foot of a volley of Keeler Dunn, and he completely throttled the heck out of that one, but put it about 14 feet wide to the left. Is that a goal?
No, it was not a goal. Not yet. For Wycombe. No! That didn't wake my way out, people. Let's be real.
We need a guide to deciphering Deandra's noises and sound effects.
No, you just want to ride the emotional wave.
Just ride it. I don't know what's happening, but I'm invested.
Yeah. Don't interpret it. Just roll with it.
Just go with it. We're up, we're down, and I don't know why I'm up and down.
Oh my God.
I'm confused and I'm excited or heartbroken and frustrated and amazed, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh gosh.
So Maurice just posed a McLean move to the middle, and I remember earlier in the year thinking that McLean to the middle when we thought Revan could be something would be a good idea. Yeah. And that was more when Rathbone hadn't really got it rolling. And
who do you take out of Rathbone, Dobson, James, Cannon of that four? Do you put McLean above those four in the midfield?
I wouldn't put him above
I
Rathbone.
don't think so.
I don't.
Or Dobson.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where are you putting if you're not having him out on the left wing, then where are you putting him?
His asset is as a left wing back is he's fit as hell. He runs up and down the hell, and he can do that. He
gets back defensively awesome.
He's a pit bull or a bulldog or whatever you want to call it. Like
but he's better crossing the ball than both Revan and Mendy, right?
Yes.
Like maybe not on Longman. Fine. Oh, was that count? No, it didn't count. Whistle blow. Offsides. Just watched a goal and then they pulled it back.
Sir.
That sucks. Sorry, Ruby.
Your teammates play in yellow.
Here's a name of somebody who hasn't had a decent season. Stephen Humphreys on for Barnsley. I haven't looked up the ref for Barnsley, but coming in as a sub after his schnubs. 4 goals on the season, 1,200 minutes, started 12 matches. So he's had his opportunities, and I wouldn't say really performing that well, but he's on the pitch in his number 44. 71 minutes and 30 seconds coming up here in 5. And it's Stevenage with a little bit of possession. The Barnsley tilt of the pitch has now shifted. We're back into the midfield kickabout. We haven't had any turnover or any throw-ins really in the second half, which is a blessing. Oh, Christmas present.
Wycombe is having too much of the ball to make me happy.
We have a Stevenage corner. I don't know how many. The corners are probably ridiculously amounts to Barnsley and not a lot to Stevenage. Oh, no, not that bad. 7-4. So this would be the 5th one. I got it as a Christmas present. It was from somebody in Wales that makes them, and it's acrylic lit in the back. And I had to get it. Only came with the UK. The only 2 things I don't like about it is I wish it had a dimmer because I'd like to dim it a little bit because it doesn't show up as well for full light. And I had to get an adapter because they didn't do a headed on to back post, but nobody there to collect it. And now it's collected. And can they chip it back in with the center back's their opportunity? Oh, he couldn't climb the ladder to get their shot. Oh, kill it with a stop. Stevenage finally did a thing. That was the first time there were things. I like things. I want more of them. As that was Roberts who couldn't climb the ladder. Oh, he needed to be about 3 inches taller, and that would have been in the back of the net, and rolled to Phillips, who took a right footer at it, and it ended up just going harmlessly towards the net. Humphreys with it. He's going to cross on the other side. Collected there by Mahoney. Is both teams may be doing a thing.
When did Barry leave? Because I think they're missing him in Wycombe. Come on.
Wycombe lost 2 players, but it wasn't Barry. Barry left Stockport.
Stockport, my apologies. What's the other good so,
and I'd have to look it up who the 2 players were that
That's
went.
okay,
I
don't
don't
worry
remember
about
off the top of my head. I can.
I want somebody who really like.
Wigan goes up 2-0 on the Bristol Rovers.
Jealous.
David made a good point. If we have no idea where Longman is going to play neither of the opposition, at least for the first couple of games. Smith scored for Sheffield Wednesday, by the way, today.
Who?
Smith, potential signing.
Is he a
Sonny
striker?
Bradley went to Derby County. I thought they had another player go out as well. I mean, they moved Tavazzoli, but that's not a big deal. He went to Hong Kong. Yeah, one of their top center backs went up to the championship. Well, that's the talk that we were just having, Maurice, is about the opportunity to drop James McLean. Or are you talking Matty James, leaving him off and bringing in James McLean in the midfield? I don't think you lose Matty James.
I agree.
I think the way that they're playing right now, Matty James and Rathbone are immediate pencil-ins, and then you're likely to go with Dobson. But I could see an argument for Cannon. We got a player down on the deck and an opportunity here. Bullet shot. The referee letting that one play as there was a player down and seemingly in world-ending pain. That's Connell rolling on the deck like he just got shot.
You know, not until he said it, but dropping James and putting McLean back there, I mean, he would be a menace. Him, Dobson, and Rathbone would be getting to everything and cleaning guys out.
Have you like Matty James is passing though is at another level that I all respect to James McLean and especially his crossing. I don't know if James McLean has it.
Oh, no, I don't disagree with you there. It's just that's the first person that I wasn't really thinking about taking James out because of that. Now I'm thinking, well, you'd have quite a aggressive, energetic midfield with those 3. Obviously that's putting Lee on the bench, and then having 2 dynamic strikers, not the one Palmer-like target man stuff.
David Wood, I went to Hong Kong once, and I actually really enjoyed myself. I only went because I think that somebody actually made a mistake on their website putting the tickets up, and they didn't put the ticket. They took a 0 off of the prices, so I went after taxes and all in for like $272 direct.
Nice.
And wasn't planning to go, and all of a sudden saw the tickets, bought them, and went, I guess I got to ask for time off work. Because it was one of those things like you just panic buy it because you're like, really, $272 for a week? Okay, I'll buy it. And then I had to pack my bags and get out of town and book it all. And I went. I thought Macau was a lot of fun. I played in the Asian poker. They called it the Asian Poker World Championships, which was fascinating on a satellite there. And I needed to finish top 3 to make the $10,000 buy-in final tournament. And I got my queens cracked as I in 4th place, and I was the last man out. I bubbled out on the satellite, which may be a good thing because I would have had to have bought a different ticket to get back. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I don't know. I got woken up at 4:00 in the morning with a friend that I went to North Korea with, who said, "Dude, tickets, Hong Kong. Somebody made a mistake." And I went, "What?" He goes, buy a ticket. And I woke up and literally at 4:15 in the morning, I bought a ticket thinking it wasn't going to get processed. And it kept telling me it's $272. It's $272. And so I was like, I'll buy the ticket. And so I bought the ticket, and it came in from direct from the airline website. And I flew off for a week and had a lot of fun. Lai Kei Feng, which is their club district, is a fascinating place of a whole bunch of clubs all in one district that they basically fence you into. And it was basically a cycle of hangover, tea in the morning, and recycle and do it again. It was a good time.
I have a player down. By the way, David Foster asked DeAndre to give a quick rundown of the women's team game, and I'm just wondering, like, what do we give? Do we give away the stuff for free when we're broadcasting it tomorrow? I mean, is that how we bait you to come watch the game with us, David? You can't just expect the DeAndre brilliance for free. You know, you have to tune in on the Sunday game.
I hope that you tune in and you bring some luck because we need it.
Yeah.
Oh, I still remember that goal that made it 3-1.
I'm trying to figure out how this didn't go in. Phillips up to Roberts. Oh, you're joking. I'm still sitting there on the replay as to how that didn't go in. Jamie Reed is in the 6-yard box all alone. The ball comes across the face. He has nobody interfering with him, and he misses contact. And it just skips harmlessly past the face of goal. Jamie Reed botched it.
No.
Botched it. 79th minute, circle it up. Watch that one on the highlights as I'm like,
oh, my. Ah.
Wow.
Wycombe almost scored. Oh, Lord.
No women's team updates or feet for free.
Who is at number 41 who I'm not going to like?
Dave wants the pitch to watch. 10 minutes left in a nothing game.
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, to be fair, the second half has been more entertaining than the first. Stevenage is actually the XG on this one. Is this up to date? Because I thought it was higher than that for Barnsley. No, 0.44 for Stevenage, largely probably on that last opportunity. 0.06 for Barnsley. 0.06. Oh, a giveaway here. Oh, Killip has to run out and rescue that one.
DeAndre, what are your feelings about the women's team? Do you think that Swansea game are showing hints of them turning it on?
No. I mean, last game where they're like,
I'm asking.
where
Dave Foster wants to know.
Open and then like they put in. No, I don't think so. No. I had like nightmares of like an empty goal, an empty Wrexham goal, and like the Swansea players like, yep, thank you. Oh.
It's on at 6:00 in the morning, our time, 2:00 Wales time.
Yeah. 9 o'clock, I think, Eastern time.
9 Eastern. It's Kemp stabs it forward. Stevenage. Oh my word! Missed. And this kid, Jamie Reed, he's not a kid. He's 30. It falls. He's 12 yards away. Nobody in front of him. Again, on a brilliant pass by Kemp, right foots it, and he shot that to the moon. Wide open. He's got the goal right in front of him, and he shot it and missed 15 feet to the right and about 30 feet in the air.
You know, if you want to know how not to defend, look at Northampton.
How between the miss on the touch before that?
Oh no! It had to be okay. You're forgiven.
Is there a goal?
No,
What happened?
No, there's an open goal, and still like the guy just like chipped it and missed. But I think they called for a foul or something, so he just threw it away. But oh my gosh, Oh,
Thanks, Dave,
Lord.
very much.
Thanks, Dave. You're the man.
What's Dave doing? I'm sorry. I am
Oh my
looking at
God!
his-
We got a $3 donation
kind of
in addition to the
On
other one that came
Vartson,
earlier.
3 goals today.
No.
We knew it was 2.
Did not score a hat trick. He did not. He did not. Let me see. Let me got a game open. No, it's Kiernan.
Oh,
No?
3 goals in 2 games. Okay.
4-2 for Burton Albion. There's 6 goals.
Humphreys opportunity, 18-yard box, passes it, missed the pass, and so they've collected it, and that opportunity sort of passes it by. Humphreys, nice little turn though. He's doing things. He got clipped up, and the official says no, waves it off. Still opportunity. Keeler Dunn gets it over, shot, stabbed away, good save. Holy. Both teams doing things late here as that one got put through, and here we go on a break. Stevenage 3-on-2, 4-on-2. 2 men coming back, played forward. Kemp, you led him too far. My God, the touches, they're not connecting here as Roberts pushes that forward to Kemp and stuffed it. Poor passing coming the other way. Stevenage takes it over. This is now one of those things where it's like, who wants to screw up and give this one away? And I got a kid knocking on the door. I locked the door, and so we might hear some thumping in the background. Shaun, kill up with a big save, jumping up over top.
That's also a method. I'm not hearing thumping. I'm hearing protests.
Yeah, that's protest. Why can't I go in and meet with Dad as friends? It's because you've been bad this morning and you've been destroying things around the house.
Oh, yeah, Nana tried it with a strike. It was a bullet of a strike, but wide, like 3 feet wide, I think. Holy.
Corner for Stevenage coming up here from the left-hand side.
Yeah, about 3 feet.
Right-footed in swinger. 85th minute. Here it comes. Referee says, do it again. He's going to have a talking
to. If we were
to.
to go up, Shaun, do you think Parkey changes his style and then stops utilizing people like
No.
Palmer?
No. And having heard him talk about the flexibility and the dynamic nature of the 5-3-2 during his interview in Vancouver that we went to, that was put on by Men in Blazers, I can't see any change. That corner, rather boring, near post, nobody there but red jerseys. Oh boy.
Sorry.
The most entertaining part of this game
Yeah.
is my 3-year-old having a patty outside the door.
5-1 Lincoln? Oh, lovely. That is gorgeous. Why is everybody getting goals?
Shaun picked the wrong games. You guys both got stinkers. I got at least a 2-0.
Be quiet. Are you going to be quiet? You can come in and snuggle Dad, but you have to be quiet. Okay?
They're stalling in my game. Just wasting time.
Okay, that was well done, Northampton. That was a good defense.
Mama really hit me.
Oh, no. Were you being naughty? Yep.
He's honest, Shaun.
I'm trying to get him in.
Yeah, you knocked everything down. Hey, we have to be quiet.
Yeah.
We have to be quiet. You can say hi to my friends.
Hi.
Hi.
There you go. Oh. Go purple.
Go purple.
Yeah, go purple. Stephen Humphreys with it, dancing 18-yard box, gets it around 2-3 guys. Cross, not there, blocked, and it gets cleared by Stevenage.
Black is winning.
Black is winning, the referee is winning. That's probably true.
Boring.
That's how this game has been. It's been a little bit boring. The referee is the most exciting part of the game.
The red is winning.
Red is winning. They have the ball.
Oh, then the
Purple's winning. They have the ball. You know who has the ball.
That is a Notts County way of playing.
Apple.
Lincoln now has 5 goals on 4 shots. That is efficiency.
Northampton, how are you?
Oh, his flathead.
Willis.
This is training for my replacement on the Red Horde. That's what this is.
Exactly. Legacy.
The legacy, yeah.
Ooh, sir. Down with those boots.
I have two very different sons. This one is the sports one. Oh, money for sweets and cake. Thanks for that.
That's so sweet.
You want to get some treats?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get some treats. Can you say thanks, Welsh Techie?
Thank you.
No, that'll work.
You are too much, Welsh Techie.
It's very sweet.
Okay. Stevenage, opportunity crossed in, just headed away on a clear. We'll break everything as you go.
Wycombe having a solid possession, but doing just not that much with it. So that's good in theory, but boring in watching.
Barnsley playing it forward. Was that offside? Flag stays down. 18-yard box, crosses in. Nobody there, headed away by Stevenage. Collected. Barnsley can't get the stab. Everything's just a little bit behind. It's just every opportunity is killed by their own misfortune, bad play or otherwise.
We had a sub, but being Northampton, it didn't really mean much. 88 minutes, 0-0, and it's just embarrassing.
Hey, but you know what? We will take a draw.
I will take a draw, but I would like a more entertaining draw. Like their main guy who
It's not just about your needs, Deandra.
Sam Dyche. Is that Dyche?
Treats always fix everything.
Dyche. Let's go with Dyche.
I will make sure he knows when I buy him treats later for his good behavior when he earns it that they were from Welsh Techie.
The Lincoln keeper here has gone to the Arthur Okonkwo School of clearing the ball.
Stressful.
He is horrible.
Reed with an opportunity there. He actually got that one on target. Killip with the save, but it was taken away anyway because he was offside. I'm surprised his FOTMOB is at 6.4 because with the number of mistakes, he should be like a -2. The only thing that Peterborough haven't screwed up today is getting a red card.
I follow commentators because they sound like it's an exciting game. But it's not.
Effective marketing.
Yeah. 5-1 Lincoln City.
Oh, to watch a 5-1 game. 6 minutes of added time? Whatever. Why are you making me suffer?
6 minutes of pain.
Exactly.
Please, sir, can I have another?
Oh, Cody is very
Stevenage in the box.
Lashings, please.
Missed opportunity there. Couldn't get the cross in. That was Kemp trying to cut back, and it got knocked out. So we'll get a corner over on the left-hand side. I think that is their 7th.
They were yelling here for a handball, but the referee was like, yeah, no, I don't think so.
I mean, the reality is
Wycombe
7-7
usually
out of the
does
corner,
something
so
in the last 5 minutes or extra time. So be prepared.
5 minutes extra time on my end. Why? Apparently.
16 minutes of extra time. Both teams agreeing not to score. Exactly.
There's enough time for 20 more throw-ins. To be fair, I haven't looked at the throw-ins, but there haven't been nearly as many in this one, in the second half anyway. The throws are 24-19, which is pretty close, just slightly over the average, only because they've only had a couple. Stevenage, opportunity cross, 18-yard box, scores! Scores! Stevenage with a late one with Kemp with a bullet entry over from the right-hand side, and it is 1-0 for the good guys. Take that, Barnsley. Take that, Barnsley.
Oh, no. Oh.
Out of nowhere I want to see who threw that one in because I thought that was, I don't know if that was a shot on net or whether, and Kemp just was able to interfere with it or whether that was intended to be a shot, but they've got tarps off in the stands and the away fans taking them all off. Who throttled that bullet from outside the area, 18-yard box? No. Boom. Right-footed and Kemp, and that wasn't going in.
Nice.
That wasn't going in. Kemp had to add that one in, and he managed to get up there. As that was bulleted over by Wilden. Throttled it. And
Northampton just get the ball away from my goal. That is their method now.
Kemp on the far post was able to, the only man who could get to it, and it was going to go wide if he didn't. And he shows Mr. Reed how you get or something on the ball. That's all. I get it that Barnsley are dog poop at home, but that is only Stevenage's 4th goal away from home all season.
Oh no! And I complained about Wrexham.
First goal since October 19th.
Free kick from the
away.
midway line, and Wycombe and Northampton set up like it's a penalty shot. Anyway, offside. Two minutes, 15 seconds to go. In theory. Another sub for Northampton. I guess for Northampton, it is exciting that they're holding Wycombe to a 0-0 draw.
Oh, I think absolutely. If you're Northampton, you're away from home and potentially eking out a draw. I think. I mean, yeah, we'd love to find a late goal, but if you told me that was going to be the outcome at the start of the day, I would have taken it.
Yeah.
Wrexham at Barnsley would be the first double loss in football history. I'm not getting the joke. That's too witty for me.
Okay.
Chris is calling for the Northampton goal. Deandra, can you do something about that for us?
If I could, I would. Doesn't help that the goal kick went to the opposition, and now we have a throw in, but okay.
Barnsley looking to respond, moving forward, have to draw it back because of the pressure, so they collect.
How about you just let it go, Barnsley?
Bad pass by McCarthy, and it's just going to get skipped over top. He's offside. Oh, he's not offside. And then, oh my word, he misses that one.
Oh my God! Northampton! Not a goal.
What was that statement about Elliot List being Elliot Lee on Wish? Wide open, 14 yards away from the box, and he scoots it about 20 feet to the right.
Oh, Northampton, what you doing to me?
Oh, I know it's going to be. Wrexham struggles to win away and Barnsley at home. Yeah. It's destined to be a 0-0 draw.
We're not 6 minutes. No, we're now 5 minutes. Okay. Jolo has to do with his nose. Sure, nobody cares.
We've already. That's.
Come on. You can do this, Northampton. Yes, you can.
Kim says Northampton have completed more passes to Wycombe than to their own players.
It's not a lie.
3 favorite treats in our respective countries. I'll come back to this one as we're just going to wait for the full-time whistle here. How much time do you have left in yours, Deandra?
We are 39 seconds over stoppage time.
All right, so it's all about to come to an end here, and
yeah, mine's +6, so it's only like 3 minutes left.
Okay. My 5 moments ahead, so I'm just looking if they're saying something. 96 minutes, 27 seconds. Referee, is your watch working or what's up?
I'm 42 seconds over. I'm still waiting.
Oh, you're still playing? Your game's still playing, Shaun?
Final whistle. Booze raining down from Barnsley.
Don't you? Oh, jeez.
Stevenage take 3 points.
And full time. 0-0.
0-0 full time there. I guess we take that one. Only Stevenage's second away win of the year.
I got 2 minutes left.
Not a good omen as they look to go back-to-back away for the heading into Wrexham.
Are we doing a throw-in anyway? Sorry, never mind. We're still doing a throw-in. We are at 2 minutes over. Oh my gosh. This is craziness. Okay, now, yes.
Oh,
There it
there are a
goes.
lot of grumpy Yorkshire faces making their way down the stairs.
Wycombe Wanderers, number two in the league, could not beat Northampton, number 20 in the league, at home. Okay.
Yeah, everyone saw us lose to Shrewsbury and felt bad. Said, "Hold my beer. I can do that."
We also wanted experience.
Going back to the question, then 3 favorite snacks that are in that we rely on in Canada to survive off of, or I do. Mint Arrow chocolate bars, ketchup chips, and honey cruller donuts from Tim Hortons. That would be my 3. And you can get Tim Hortons in the UK. And I'm waiting for them to open up. Oh, man, they've got Tim Hortons UK locations. They had something like 60
We don't really have
stores.
sweets. We have like fried snacks, like I would say our croquettes, which is a croquette, but like the Dutch ones. It's a drink. It's like a malt drink. It's very sweet. And what I tried to get today, a pasticcio, which is dough with fried cheese, and it's delicious. Those are what I would call our snacks. Well, Northampton, you had a clean sheet against Wycombe. You didn't concede a goal. I did not expect that.
Oh, Cheesies is a good shout. Oh, Kim says Boston cream is much better. And Tim Hortons breakfast are the best. So if you're in Wales, your options are you can go down south. They've got them in Swansea, Broughton, and Cardiff. And closer to you, it means having to go to Chester. But they have one in Chester, and they've got 3 in Manchester. And they've got one in... Oh, that's the one in Broughton.
Shrewsbury, number 24. Sorry.
But the problem with the Tim Hortons is they're like 3 times, 4 times more expensive than it is in Canada. So I don't know why the price markup. You're done? Are we all done?
We are all done, all 3 games.
Well, we can go to the table and have a look at that one, and then we can wrap this one up. It does turn out to be a great day, as Travis identifies. Turns out that the Birmingham point was worth a lot. Beware of Leighton. And yeah, that's the question that I have, is Leighton's been on a run, right? Let's just have a look at Leighton's run here. So they got the win today against Reading. They had a draw against Peterborough, a win against Shrewsbury, a win against Bristol Rovers, a win against Cambridge United, a win against Crawley Town, a win against Barnsley 4-0, a draw against Burton, a win against Leyton Orient, that's 9, a win against Bristol Rovers, that's 10. So since their loss to Huddersfield 2-0 November 26th, they've gone 10 games without a loss. That's what I was saying before about them sneaking in and potentially pulling into that 6th spot. Like when I look at the table, I see a split as it sits, and although Leyton Orient's drawing closer and closer to making the difference, you see Birmingham, Wycombe, Wrexham, and Huddersfield sort of in a class and in a group. And then you see from Stockport going down to, I don't know, Bolton, Charlton area, I think that far, them all pushing for that 5th, 6th spot. I don't want to be the team that gets the hot one. Leyton aren't very good, but they do play as a team, and they have had a bit of a light schedule, has Leyton. Let's see what they've got coming up here, and when they start getting tested, they've got Stockport at home next weekend. Then our game's been postponed. Mansfield, Lincoln City, Bolton, and then they hit a bit of a run with Birmingham and Charlton. I don't know when our makeup game is going to be yet. Would they fit that into the February window? I guess it depends on how we do in our Port Vale one. Celebrate with a plate of poutine. Jason says I enjoyed the 3-game commentary.
When I look at that, so you might have already resaid this, but Wrexham is even in games played with Wycombe, right?
Yep.
And they're 3 points behind. And I think they're not going to hold the same form, right? Like if we start playing well.
Not from what I saw today. Lordy, have mercy.
Yeah, I think we can take the second spot. Now you're worried about Huddersfield. They're 4 points back, 1 game back. So even if they win that, they're right on our heels. I expect them to play well the rest of the time, but still, this second spot is more than doable. Like by the talent now.
I'm with you. The test for us is going to be surprisingly, because we were looking at the schedule. Remember when we were saying that our February looks a little bit light? Like we're going to have to get through a bit of a January thing, and then we'll get a softer February. It's going to be heavier in March, and then a little bit lighter of a run-in, other than the last 2 games.
Okay.
And now because of the cancellations and things moving around, February is a different question now because we're not at home after the Stevenage game until St. David's Day on March 1st against Bolton. So breaking news, Wrexham's in talks to acquire Jan Dottie Bodverson. So Reading v Wrexham's March 11. Okay, yep, thank you for that one. So it's certainly doable, but I think a lot of it now suddenly turns on this this February away run that we've got and being able to sneak out wins when we've been struggling to do so away. So we're going to have to tie a knot in the rope and hold on. And I think if we can do that and hold out, I think things look good through March. Wow.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Swirly pointed it out, and we talked about it earlier in the game that Deandra had. Kone's coming in late. It looks like they're trying to sell him off.
Yeah.
And they've not been playing him a ton lately, and they have not been scoring points lately. Mm-hmm. So if he's gone, it doesn't look like they have yet to,
address it.
Get used to life without him, which means they could stand to drop quite a few points and make it a little bit easier for us to get into second.
And I don't want to be as bold as to say it, but Birmingham City, they've dropped points in 3 of their last 5. Like they're not world beaters as you sort of expect. I think second is certainly there. I don't see why it's entirely out of question for us to push for the top spot. I mean, I know that we're 5 points behind and they've got 2 games in hand and all that sort of stuff. But it's not unreasonable to suggest that that's possible. I guess it really depends on how the next 5 sort of games go as to how we line ourselves up. As Welsh Techie says, February is going to define our season, which is fascinating to me because back in December, I was looking at March with all sorts of fear, but now it's just the way it's lined up with the away form and the away games that it's going to be February that matters.
Chris Phillips there was saying he thinks we'll end up in playoffs and then end up playing Stockport in Wembley.
That would be nuts for Hollywood purposes, but I don't think my heart could handle it. My concern is I'm planning to get over there and watch a couple. There's probably going to be no home games when I get over, but go over and take in some away games. And if Wrexham doesn't perform well, I might never be allowed back over to watch another Wrexham game ever again. February matters.
Bring the toques.
Bottom of the table. Yeah, I will wear my toques in multiple forms. Layer them if I have to. So just going through things so that everybody has it. Obviously, Birmingham had their game on Thursday with us. Wycombe 0-0. Deandra giving the updates on that one. So they're 3 points ahead of us. We're even on points. They've got 6 extra goals in the goal differential. So we'll have to do extra work because that's that added little bump that they've picked up. Huddersfield dropping points was an amazing outcome, and we'll take that from Bolton doing the job earlier and holding them solid at 48 points, and they've got a game in hand, so they can.
We want Birmingham to beat Huddersfield.
Yeah, that's probably fair enough. I will take that. Even though I say we can chase Birmingham and maybe cut them down, I will take them, making sure and clearing the way for us, because I think if they do, that puts us. The ball is really at our feet. I was going to say in our hands, but the ball is really at our feet here. We've set ourselves up. We're third. 52 points. The team above us is likely losing quality players. Huddersfield's chasing us, but we can keep them at arm's length over the rest of the 18 games or whatever's left. Birmingham don't look like world beaters if they don't have 70% possession. 100% true. Bodferson fought Mob's man of the match. But Birmingham versus Huddersfield will definitely tell us everything, and that's coming up on Tuesday as part of the. We're going to be relying on W&G for the updates on that one, 100%. It's too bad that one starts at the same time as ours. I guess it's a noon start. Is ours a noon start?
No.
Ours is 11. So what?
Is it?
11:45. So they start 15 minutes after us. Man, do I pay the money and have it on the background so that I can cover the last 15 minutes of it? We'll see what happens on Tuesday. That might be worth doing. Just to follow along on that one because it certainly matters. Stockport today handled their business with Crawley Town, took that one down 2-0. So they're, and I mean, this is the thing, they're even on points, even on matches played, but they're a solid 8 points behind. And when you start to look at points per game that you need to be able to make your way up there, and we're sitting above 2 points per game as an average, I feel good about things. I feel confident. Like we would really have to fall off the map here. Is Marriott our answer to finding wins here? Yes. If we don't get another striker, but whoever we get or whatever we have up front, we need better than what we've been getting if we're going to hold form. That's probably the one red flag that I have is we're just not scoring enough at the moment. And I say that we've got 39 goals for, 21 goals against. Barnsley today taking the loss, so that sets them 27 games played, 42 points. Leighton Orient, they're doing the push. They've eked their way up with undefeated in 10 to get all the way up to 41 points, and they have a game in hand, so they could get up to 44 and be up in the same position as Stockport. So let's keep an eye on them running up. But I mean, they're 17 points behind, or not 17. They're 7 points behind Huddersfield, and they're 11 points behind us. That's a lot of points to make up. But Doncaster runs Charlton last year. It's been done before, and they're certainly in form. Reading, hot and cold, and hot and cold, and hot and cold, and today cold. And so I just see them. I can see them and Bolton being in that 8 to 9 spot and just missing out because they just don't string enough together. And the same with Charlton, Lincoln City. To me, it's really that 1 through 7. Maybe Bolton could find their season and pull them way up there. Maybe Reading can do the same, but. Once you get past Charlton at number 10, I think it's too much to ask for those teams to make up the difference. And too many, not just to make up the difference in points, but too many teams that they're fighting for points that are up there that are going to get them every day. So I don't know. General thoughts from you guys on what you saw in your respective games. Let's start with you, Brendan, and your Lincoln City.
I got the 2 exciting games. So I saw goals. I saw a lot of flop in the first half of Reading game. Leighton Orient looked pretty good. And now I'm forgetting who was in the first game that looked
Cambridge
dangerous.
United Mansfield.
Who was my first game?
Cambridge, right?
United and Mansfield.
Oh yeah. Mansfield looked like awful. So yeah, I'm not worried about them coming on or making playoffs.
Did Leighton Orient win today, or did Reading give it away?
Reading didn't put up much of a fight. Leighton Orient did look good, though.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Cambridge looked really threatening offensively.
Yeah, and in a battle for things, that's probably a good sign for them. I mean, you look at the bottom of the table, Northampton taking a point puts them in good stead. They're 6 points clear. Like you've got Burton, Cambridge United, Crawley Town, and Shrewsbury all sitting at 20 points. And then there's a 6-point split up to Northampton and Peterborough. Granted that Burton's won now 2 in a row, points in 4 of their last 5. Are they going to become a story maybe to try and save themselves from relegation? But 6 points is tough to overcome when you're looking at they've only had 21 points out of 27 games. So we'll see how that goes, but that sounds to be about where it's at. Deandra, your game, Wycombe, Northampton, sounds like it was maybe fortunate that it was a 0-0 draw and Wycombe maybe deserved more.
Yeah, I think Wycombe deserved more. I think they got a little bit negative results here by the referee as well. But what surprised me, if again, I assuming that you're better than us if you're at that spot, they were quite unorganized. A lot of, they couldn't get through the fence. They couldn't, organize themselves into a repeated attacking position, which you would think that against Northampton would be possible. So when we played Northampton, we played them already. We beat them, but when we play them again, we shouldn't be overconfident, thinking, this is in the bag, because Northampton will do whatever it takes to, get it, to at least get a point. So I think Wycombe, we should be able to get a number 2 spot from them. Northampton, if I believe we play them again, let's not get complacent.
I'm going to just talk about the Stevenage Barnsley game, and thank you for that, Deandra. The Stevenage, obviously we have them on Tuesday. The stats here show different than what the eye test provided, in the sense that I didn't think that Stevenage had much, but when you look at it, their XG was 1.71. They had 13 shots and 7 of them were on target. They had 4 big chances and they missed on 3 of them. If that Reed kid, and I say kid, he's 30. If Reed could get he missed 2 glorious opportunities, and I sort of scratched my head on the one of them that I don't understand how it happened. Kemp doing Kemp things, finding the back of the net on a bullet shot, but they were in the mix as far as opportunity goes. It's fascinating to me because you look at how they built it up, and it was more Barnsley, I think, rather than Stevenage winning that one. And as much as the stats are in their favor, I think that Barnsley gave that one away. I mean, the XG for Barnsley, 0.09. Just atrocious. But Stevenage only had 61% passing efficiency on 164 passes. It was interceptions, and which they had 5. It was giveaways, and that's why the difference. So, Swirly, don't create the controversy. Dalby and Bodferson came here and had not much success, but when they went elsewhere, had goals. Is the system holding back the forwards? I don't know, but I just hope that Marriott hasn't lost form. I hope that we're able to find some magic. I don't want to see the Lee Palmer combination up front. I do not want to see Fletcher running the whole 90. Have him come on as a super sub. Give me some Marriott and Palmer, please. And we'll see what happens as far as the window closing. As we've only got the one more game until it does. And then hopefully we've got anybody, to slide into place. Any other thoughts before we leave from the two of you guys?
We'll see you guys Tuesday. Definitely.
Tomorrow for the women's game. And then Tuesday, I will try to log in if my work doesn't expect me to work.
Just log in anyway. Put a headset on.
Yeah, with meetings and stuff.
Wouldn't be the only one. If you have good flight options between Vancouver and LA, you could fly down to take on Huddersfield. Cause them on March 4th. It's an amazing experience. Yeah, that'd be. I mean, the reality for us is it's been 2 years since my wife's been home, and we have a lot of stuff to deal with at the house that we're working on and trying to get figured out. We have to get over to England, and that's going to be a pretty penny and then time away from work. So I would love to get down to LA, and you can get cheap tickets, especially if I drive down to Seattle. Vancouver to LA is a little bit pricey, but if I can get down to Seattle and then hop on there, you can usually find those Alaska airline flights are pretty cheap. And I've done that LAX trip with her when we were without kids, and did the whole tour of Santa Monica and that sort of stuff. So I'd certainly be up for it. I just think timing wise, probably not a reality given the desire to get over into the UK. And what I'm hoping for, and the best thing that I can hope for, is a Port Vale, a win against Port Vale in the EFL Trophy, because that will pick up extra games in February, and I might actually get a home game, even though it won't be a full stadium. But that might be the only way I get to actually watch a game at the racecourse, because it just seems like the cancellations are going to affect me the most, because I don't think I'll be there for the March 1st game. But we will we will see what happens, and I will roll with it, and I don't really care. I'm happy to scream, and I think Brendan can attest to this one. When we watched the Vancouver one, the biggest disappointment was nobody else was ready to sing with us. I tried to get the chant going, and the only person that heard me was Stephen Fletcher. He just kind of gave back. And what was that look that he gave? Was it sort of like that was like kind of the saddest acknowledgement I've ever seen from somebody? Was like that was like a good attempt. It was kind of just look back and kind of was like,
you tried it.
Is what I got from Fletcher singing out loud. It was what it was. It was a good time, but I'm looking forward to getting in and getting stuck in on the chants and maybe bringing a little bit of Canadian heckle to the equation. See how that goes over. I know we'd be home versus Bolton on St. David's Day, be there with the daffodils and the parade and the madness, and then even bring the kids out. I think there'd be a lot of fun to that. But the reality is we got to make it fit our schedule, and I don't know how to make that fit at the moment. Yeah. So we'll figure it out and make plans. And so tomorrow, what's our striker combo that we want? Everybody really quickly in the combo, because I'm curious. Who do you want as your top two? I'm going to vote for Marriott and Palmer. Brendan, who do you want up front?
Marriott Fletcher.
Marriott and Fletcher. Interesting. Deandra, who do you want up front on Tuesday? Marriott and Palmer.
And Fletch to come in before the 65th minute. Like
Deandra, that's why I consider you to be far more intelligent than Brendan. It's that sort of wisdom that I appreciate, and why I have you stepping in on the women's game.
Watch it be like Mullen and Marriott or something.
I wouldn't surprise me. Mo Fall and Palmer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jason says he wants Marriott and Palmer. So that's 3 votes, Marriott and Palmer. 1 vote for who did you want again? Fletcher and Marriott.
And tomorrow I want Hughes and Eden back together, so we can start scoring some goals.
And another Marriott Palmer. 0 chance of Marriott Fletcher. Do we think we're gonna get EOC or Scar in the middle, and do we think we're gonna get Brunt back? Is he still dinged up, and is it TOC on that left side? Let's start with.
They usually come onto the bench first before they start, and he hasn't been on the bench. So I would guess no to the Brunt.
Brunt is not going to start.
Wait, what?
What happened?
We'd be home versus Bolton on February 12th. They'll bring the game forward?
If we beat Port Vale. Oh, really?
Do you mean March 12th? Because that would be a Wednesday-Thursday game? Okay. I mean, whatever happens, I'm watching that Port Vale game because of the dynamics as to how it affects my trip. And then I'm going to be scrambling for tickets and alms for the poor and begging.
You are a braver man than me, Shaun. February in Wrexham.
I'm Canadian. I grew up in Saskatchewan. I've lived through minus 70 Celsius with the wind chill, where my eyelashes were freezing together literally as I was walking, and I was concerned that I could go blind and not be able to see because I had to unthaw my eyelashes as I was walking and keep track of the houses in case they did stick together, so I could walk blind and be able to knock on a door in desperation. Interesting. So now I want a win against Port Vale, so I can get that extra game early against Bolton, because that would work perfectly for me. I think. So anyway, we'll see how it all transpires. I'll keep everybody updated as we go through. It's still all up in the air, and part of the fun of that. Much love and appreciation, Brendan, for holding on to this one. 7 in the morning isn't 4, but it's certainly early enough, and for doing all the production stuff and getting this set up sort of in the last 24, 36 hours to make sure it's all there. Got it off without a hitch, and the graphics were there. And so, yeah, Saskatchewan is a dry cold. Are you from Vancouver? Like, that's the typical. We're a wet cold. Minus 40 is minus 40. And Deandra, for all that you do with the women's matches, and for joining us for this one, and for everybody who's joined in, the donations from Dave and from Welsh Techie and from I missed one. Who else sent? There was one other. Was it Chris?
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris. Yeah.
Much appreciation for that and the support that everybody provides to the channel. It's
for your kid.
Yes, I will be buying treats for my kid, despite the fact that he got into trouble because he dropped my wife's oil lamp thing, heater thing, onto the floor, and it just narrowly missed his brother's head. And I was scolded. I was scolded that I didn't punish him enough by my eldest as I walked back in. He said, "You have to make me promise when he does things to hurt me that you give him bigger trouble." And I went, "Yeah, I'll do that, but I got to go." Priorities. Bad parenting. It's all Wrexham's fault.
Yes.
Much love, much happiness. Enjoy yourselves. Be here
Bye,
tomorrow
everyone.
for the women's match, and then be here Tuesday for Stevenage.
Bye.
Take care, guys.